Hello, all guys, gals, and non-binary pals. Welcome to the newest episode of the Noobs and Knockouts Podcast, brought to you on YouTube, on Spotify, on Google, and Apple Podcasts. I'm Austin. I'm a knockout. Watched a lot of wrestling.
I'm David. I'm a noob. Haven't watched nearly as much wrestling, and I am your conveyor of revolutionary talking points that gets everybody riled up into proletarian fervor without getting me fired. Truly a skill that I need to learn from our boy Daniel Bryan so that I can protest the mistreatment I'm put through on this fucking show half the time without getting replaced by someone who's more agreeable.
I will turn this into a solo podcast. See if I don't.
Oh, fuck.
But also, I gotta say, that is probably the most unrealistic part of this whole bit, where he leads the communist uprising 100%. And doesn't get fired.
And is so 100% not fired somehow.
And he gets everything he wanted, actually.
Yeah, no. So, see, kids, doing a proletarian uprising at your place of work actually can succeed. Go forth and overturn the corporate structures everywhere you go.
They say
you will continue to be gainfully employed.
They say that the revolution has never worked in practice. But have you considered the yes movement?
Have you? True. No, seriously. Like I said last time, put Daniel Bryan at the head of any proletarian revolution, and all of a sudden the bourgeoisie just doesn't exist anymore. They've just disappeared, evaporated. Where'd they go? I don't know. Yes.
Right. So last time we were here on the March 10th episode, 2014 episode of Raw, was the Occupy Raw movement, where Daniel Bryan brought in a bunch of fans in yes shirts, crowded the entire ring and ringside area, and hijacked the show until he got the match he wanted at Mania.
The most magical moment in all of pro wrestling, yes.
Yeah, so set for WrestleMania 30, Triple H versus Daniel Bryan, and then Daniel Bryan, using his power of leverage, got a little extra stipulation that he never brought up before now. If he beats Triple H, he will be added to the main event of the show later in the night.
Which is so insane on so many levels. Like, this is honestly just shaping up to be maybe the greatest story in all of WWE history. At least a story that has a meta level to it. And them leaning in with giving him this absolute mountain to climb as the final Daniel Bryan kind of went on an almost perfect, I don't know, fucking hero's journey here or something. This is so insane that they actually went through with this.
If we're given the caveat of having some meta-textual element to it, I would 100% say it's the best story WWE ever did, leaning onto the fourth wall a little bit in the way they
absolutely
constructed the story. Other things that happened on this show. Hulk Hogan opened the show to reveal and announce the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. So another match set for WrestleMania.
It was, which I really need to re-emphasize, he claimed was entirely his idea.
Well, that's right there, brother. It was my idea, dude. Or maybe not, brother. It kind of depends. Kind of depends on how people feel about the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, dude. I don't know.
Yeah, it tanks, and all of a sudden Hogan's like, well, I don't know whose dumb fuck idea that was, brother. But
Vince brought that idea to me, and I said, I don't know, brother. I don't know if it's gonna work.
And I said,
But I did it because I went along with it because I'm a company man. I want to make sure all the little Hulkamaniacs know that, brother.
I want to honor my bestest friend in the universe, Andre the Giant, brother.
Yeah. So John Cena comes out to jerk off Hogan and say he's heading first into the Battle Royal, but then Bray Wyatt comes out and insults both Cena and Hogan. Cena no sells
in the most based promo in the entire history of WWE.
But then Cena was like, "You're fat. Have you considered that? And you're stupid." And Hogan, I'm gonna have to turn down your Battle Royal because I gotta kick Bray Wyatt's ass. And so that is also set for Mania, John Cena versus Bray Wyatt.
Beautiful.
Cena then beat Eric Rowan in a match.
And then the Wyatts failed to properly beat up on Hogan and Cena, and I was sad.
Yes. Okay. The Usos beat Rybaxel after in basking in the glory of being the new tag team champions. Kane is trying to motivate the Shield into getting their shit together, and the Shield are kind of they're most united they've been in months in all hating Kane.
Yeah. They're like, hey, Kane, have you considered that you're a douchebag?
They're like, wait a minute, why fight with each other when we can fight Kane?
All fight Kane. Based. Let's all truly the cause that Daniel Bryan leads the proletarian in the common cause of defeating Glenn Jacobs.
Mm-hmm.
Co-signed by the Shield.
Big E beats Jack Swagger, and then after the match, Cesaro and Swagger continue to nearly break up, but Zeb Coulter forces both men to shake hands, and that they do, but Cesaro does the I'm gonna squeeze your hand to show how I'm way stronger than you thing. And so
Cesaro versus Hager presumably set for Mania?
We'll see.
Okay.
The Undertaker comes out, and Paul Heyman comes out as well and kind of tries to contextualize how insane 21-0 is as a streak. And then Undertaker, and then Heyman's like, you're not ready for my client, Brock Lesnar. And then Undertaker says, rest in peace.
I just realized, Austin, like, it just dawned on me that this means we are watching the Lesnar versus Taker match at Mania.
Yeah.
We're going to be watching Lesnar breaking Taker's streak. Wow. Okay. I don't know why I didn't realize that.
Yeah, we're definitely not cutting that one for time.
Whoa. Okay, this is going to be one of the most maybe insane things we've ever watched for this podcast ever.
Yeah,
Fuck.
WrestleMania 30 is a 4-hour event. The best
There's a reason.
The best I can do is cut it to 3. But
God, we're gonna have to try to batten down the hatches and be a little bit efficient with our riffing, so we don't make this episode a gajillion hours long.
Sorry, I can't help the in-ring work. The in-ring bell-to-bell time of the major 4 matches of the show themselves are almost 2 hours long. Ignoring entrances or other matches we might want to watch.
Fuck, dude. Jesus.
So, best I can do is 3 hours.
The best I can do for you is 3 hours. God damn it.
Best I can do. I got 3 hours.
It's not much, but it's honest work.
Anyway, yeah, Undertaker's like, rest in peace.
In peace, really, and the crowd's like, oh.
The Rhodes Brothers versus the Shield. And the Shield does get the win, but there was some tension in Dean Ambrose not really wanting to help his Rollins and Reigns win. So they're like, they're not doing great yet. The Bella Twins versus AJ Lee and Tamina. The Bella Twins win.
Mina.
Because of course they do.
In a rare based moment, just because the AJ Lee heel thing is kind of weird right now.
I have been meaning to look, and I swear, next time I was gonna do this because this is the last Raw we're watching before Mania, but next time I got to get the statistics on the win-loss record of Total Divas wrestlers versus non-Total Divas wrestlers since Total Divas started airing, because I don't think I can remember. I don't think I can remember a win by a non-Total Divas wrestler except AJ since they started airing Total Divas.
Yo, that would be so fucking funny though.
I
My
got
god,
so I
that
gotta check
ratio is
the
gonna be
result.
so fucked.
Gotta check the results of like 7 months of TV just to prove this point that this is absolutely insane.
I want to hear the results. This is very important academic research, Austin.
Oh no, I'll just have it for the back half. Duh.
Oh,
I'll
fuck,
do it.
that
We
works
can
too.
do it for the back half. So
Hey,
gotta
yeah,
remember to look that stat up because I'm sure
absolutely.
the ratio's crazy. Then the Occupy Raw thing happened.
Mm-hmm.
The fans selected a Memphis Street Fight for Sheamus versus Christian.
Boo.
It was a fun match, if admittedly a
It was actually a sick
SmackDown
match.
feud, so I don't really
Yeah,
care. But
yeah, but it
Sheamus
was a
won
sick
by
match,
bro kicking Christian through a drum. So
which was really sick. That
just
was
straight up
beautiful. I was
kicking
happy.
through a drum and not hurting himself.
Absolutely, yeah, and like making that mark perfectly. Oh, artistry. Sheamus is one of the best of all time. Fight
Yep.
me.
Let's see. Lana and Rusev are still here cutting promos.
No, nothing's changed. We're just reminding you that Rusev is very here and he's very Bulgarian, and that Lana
Yeah.
is his sexy double jointed wife.
Correct. That's how that works. And
I'm
then,
sure. Yeah, but I want to throw in there. I'm sure that Rusev's all Bulgarian promos with no subtitles include him mentioning how sexy and double jointed his wife Lana is. I have no doubt he's throwing in there about the deeply acrobatic things she can do to his dick with her double jointed flexibility.
Thankfully, nobody speaks Bulgarian, so nobody knows what he's saying.
Nobody. No, only Rusev.
Yeah, it's
Rusev is the only person in the world.
It's a dead language, except for Rusev. That's right. And
beautiful.
then the main event, Randy Orton and Batista have to tag team up against Daniel Bryan and Daniel Bryan pins Orton to win the match. So,
it was a great match.
For March 10th, everything's coming up Daniel Bryan.
Oh shit, buddy. Yeah. He somehow still has gainful employment after leading a proletarian revolution, and he beat the Snake Man. It's nothing better.
Yeah. So tonight we are going to watch the March 17th episode of Raw. It's nice. Like 2 weeks to, I think 3 weeks to Mania. And as I mentioned in a second ago in passing, this is our last episode of Raw before WrestleMania.
I'm getting chills.
This will be our baby. We've watched 4 episodes of Raw and a Royal Rumble before now. And then the Raw tonight, and then finally we're here.
No. Oh man, I fucking love this arc. Ooh, this is so good. I'm excited.
Absolutely. So if you'd like to watch along with us on this one, you can do so at Peacock, NBC Universal streaming service. It's where WWE licenses out all of their streaming content for like $1 billion.
1 billion. Anyway,
NBC said, we want content. And they looked at how many hours the WWE Network had, and they said, well, goddamn, that's content.
Yeah, that'll work.
Absolutely. Beautiful. So that is where you can find every episode of Monday Night Raw. And again, we'll be back in the back half to discuss the March 17th, 2014 episode of Monday Night Raw.
Oh yeah, brother.
And we are back. We have finished the March 17th, 2014 episode of Monday Night Raw.
That we did, Austin. We finished it. You didn't warn me that it was going to be 7.5 hours fucking long, but we did indeed slog through it.
This is the 5th episode of Raw we've watched for this arc. And I feel like this is the one that most I felt how fucking long it was.
I felt that for all the Raws. I want to make it clear, but this one was egregious.
I haven't felt like that. I think I felt like that because it feels like everything is in place for Mania, and Mania is also 3 weeks away.
Yeah.
So Nothing feels like
spin those wheels,
we're just spinning
baby.
fucking. This is the most
Spin them.
This is the most wheel spinning it has been on Raw. This entire arc.
Just going round and around, baby. It's fine. All right. Fuck.
There are
this.
multiple matches. There are multiple matches I didn't take notes on.
I like barely took notes. I take surface level notes for all matches, but there were some where I was just, like, very checked out, and I was like, all right, we're just gonna make one or two and fucking whatever, it doesn't matter.
There's one that I didn't even watch and went to work on something else during the duration of the match.
Beautiful.
You can probably guess which one it was just from what but we'll get to it when we get to it.
Oh, we'll get to it. All right. So Raw opens. This epic 10-hour slog opens with a video package hyping the Daniel Bryan and Triple H feud so far. I have to say, it was very pro Daniel Bryan. It was very nice of production to make a video package in support of the people or the person their corporate masters actively hate.
That would have been hilarious. Probably not the best idea, from a newbie audience perspective, but it would have been so funny if they took this pro corporate video.
I had the exact same thought. They would have to place it somewhere else in the show. Like, I don't think they could have opened with it. But yeah. I had that same thought of, I fucking wish they had the balls to do like an actually we're burying Daniel Bryan video package because it's the corpos who made it.
Yeah, that would have been funny.
Yeah. So the Yes movement lives on through the video editors as well. You love to see it. I have to say in this video package, there's this great, like, they keep having the like yes chants serve as background ambiance, but they switch between like the yes chants and the no chants. Just something about that, it's really effective. Like, it's yes underlying everything Daniel Bryan says, no underlying everything the Authority says. Really effective stuff. Solid fucking video package. That was great.
Mm-hmm. So we open the show with Triple H already in the ring.
What's Austin's favorite thing? A Triple H opening promo.
Ready to talk our ears off for 20 boring minutes is how I
will say my man is hitting a fucking power stance in the middle of the ring. Like, legs are spread just right. He's got like the hands crossed below the waist. He is here and he hates all of you.
Oh fuck, I forgot to stopwatch how long this promo actually was after making this note about it.
I didn't think it ended up being that long.
I don't think it was too bad. But anyway, Triple H starts, I want you to understand something. When all this is said and done, this is your fault.
Dude, that was such a fucking funny line. You people!
Yeah, Triple H says it didn't have to come to this. But now he's going to crush our dreams, end the yes movement, end Daniel Bryan. And that's on our hands. And Triple H says that he's calmed down. He's had a week to think about it. And what he'll do to Daniel Bryan will be cold and calculated, just like he always does.
I will say it is really great watching, like, I made this comment last time too, but the continued saga of like the corporate professionalism mask slowly slipping off Triple H's face is beautiful. This whole arc has had so many great little subtle moments.
I think this episode's an interesting parallel to the first episode, which also featured a lot of Triple H being like, I did this to protect you, and I did this for the fans.
Yeah. But he's a lot more in control. Here, boy, not so much.
So Triple H says that he has things to say to Daniel Bryan, but he'll say those later in the evening, man to man. But until then,
two leans down, man. Short. Daniel Bryan is short.
But until then, we got a hell of a show tonight. And then
Batista's music hits, and well, if it isn't the consequences of Triple H's own actions.
Yeah, so Batista is like, now you may have big problems with Daniel Bryan, but you've got bigger problems with me. Because
Batista declares that as the winner of the Rumble Royal Rumble, He is entitled to this match with Orton one-on-one.
Yeah, he is. He wants to know who Triple H is, thinking he's giving that Billy Goat face troll a chance to be in his match, his main event at WrestleMania.
How dare you ever disrespect the winner of the Royal Rumble? That is a sacred institution.
It is. This isn't what I came back for. I didn't come back to be in a triple threat match.
Well,
Hollywood Big Shot Batista is not here for anything but a 1v1.
He is very indignant at that prospect. But then
it's funny because he's like, "What were you thinking, Hunter?" And he's like, "What was I thinking? What do you think? You think Daniel Bryan even has a chance at beating me?"
Yeah. Oh, my man is deflecting so hard.
He's taking this as a personal.
He says Daniel Bryan.
He's like, what you think Daniel Bryan can actually beat me? What are you even mad about?
Daniel Bryan is a 25% at best to beat him at WrestleMania.
True. And then out comes Randy Orton.
And then he hears voices in his head. They talk to him. They're angry. They talk to him. Yes, Orton is just as displeased. He says he has to agree with Big Dave here, which is what I'm calling Batista from now on. This is a load of bull feathers.
And Triple H is all his response. It's not going to happen. There's no chance of it. And he's like, "What is up with you guys?"
Some may say there's no chance in hell.
It's true. Has Daniel Bryan really got that far inside your heads? And Batista goes, apparently not as much as he has in yours.
Oh my God, they're all so mad, and it's so fucking funny.
This is a promo between three very angry, insecure men.
Three very not mad men. Yeah,
Randy Orton is like, hey, Triple H, I want to match with Daniel Bryan tonight. No DQ. I want to teach him a lesson and prove that I can do what Batista can't.
Yeah, I'm going to put Daniel Bryan in the motherfucking hospital, unlike Dave over there.
And Triple H's like, yeah, sounds like a good idea to me.
This incenses Batista, who unironically kicks up. Big Dave, who unironically kicks up with. Let me tell you something.
What?
I don't remember what the fuck he actually told Triple H.
I don't think your mic picked up any of that. But anyway.
Oh, wow.
Orton,
Mike.
Orton tells Batista that the reason people cheer for Daniel Bryan is because nobody believes in Batista. When you left, nobody cares. And when you came back, nobody cares.
That's what it is. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, great. I mean, which is kind of true, to be fair.
That's factually how that happened.
That is factually how it happened. And this is where Batista goes, let me tell you something.
Yeah, Batista is like reverse Uno card. Actually, The reason they care so much about Daniel Bryan is because you suck as champion. You can only win matches because of Triple H's support. You're a paper champion.
Man, Big Dave is out here on mic reminding us why he didn't stick around long at his peak before getting overshadowed by Cena. Because my man's acting chops had not still quite fully developed. His major role in Hollywood being famously emotionless Drax the Destroyer. He still has not. He's not quite at the level where he can star in Glass Onion yet.
Yeah, so Orton and Batista are bickering at each other. Triple H tries to pull them apart, and he's like, "Fuck this," and he tries to leave. And then Batista yells at Triple H. He's like, "To stay here and fix this." And Triple H is like, "I am sick of everything around here. I'm sick of Daniel Bryan. I'm sick of all these people cheering him. I'm sick of Hollywood stars trying to tell me what to do. Think that they know more about this business than I do. I'm sick of technically gifted guys who are so screwed up in the head they can't win a match without me holding their hand."
Triple H says, "I got a fever, and the only prescription is more Triple H."
Triple H is like, he's thinking that the old man, that's Vince, is right.
Yeah.
The only one that you can trust in this world is yourself. Triple H says there will be a triple threat match at WrestleMania. because when he beats Daniel Bryan, that triple threat match will be Batista, Randy Orton, and Triple H.
Man, we know the punchline to this, but it kind of makes me sad because I would legitimately love to see like a fucking Evolution Fatal 3-way. I think an Evolution triple threat match. I think that shit would be like actually really sick, and I don't think we've ever gotten that.
We haven't. I think it would have been interesting, but man, what a nightmare scenario that's thrown out here in this show right here.
Absolutely.
Is that the main event of WrestleMania 30 could be an Evolution circle jerk fest?
But it would be a cool match to see. Like not in this exact like moment in history, but that would unironically be a cool match to see.
And yes, somewhere that's not here, sure.
Literally anywhere that's not here, yeah. And Jerry Lawler, having just watched the COO of World Wrestling Entertainment book a match for WrestleMania, inquires, ever so scholarly, can he do?
Yes, he can.
Gee, Lawler.
Yes, he can do that. He is the matchmaker guy around here.
Well, gee, Lawler, that's a great fucking question. Dumbass.
So Orton and Batista throw a fit. Orton hits an RKO on Batista before they go. And then we go backstage. Big Dave is stomping around backstage. And Renee's like, what's your reaction to everything that just happened there? Batista says, no reaction. Coming back here was a big mistake. And he apparently quits and leaves the building.
Yeah, sitting in a makeup chair for hours on end and making jokes about his nipples is much more dignified than this crap. He should have never come back.
Well, Marvel probably
also
pays more.
That is true. Today I found out that the Real Americans are still a tag team.
We haven't broken up yet.
How? Cesaro literally big swung Swagger last week.
Did he? I thought he just did the handshake.
Yeah. No, the handshake because he like fucking started squeezing on Swagger and he thought he used that to like attack him. Maybe he didn't go all the way to the big swing, but he did like attack Swagger after the handshake.
I guess, but no, we're still a tag team, still hanging on.
Yeah. They don't even get a walkout, which is funny.
The Usos. I mean, that's good for me. Indeed. I don't have to write notes about Zeb Coulter's promo. But JBL, I was eating lunch during this match. Don't have a ton of notes on it.
That's fair.
JBL compares Zeb Coulter to Greg Popovich because they're in San Antonio. He is a great coach dealing with volatile personalities. Greg Popovich, the coach of the San Antonio Spurs.
Oh, look at that.
NBA. And Jerry Lawler pipes in that Zeb is a little more like Davy Crockett. Good intentions, but fighting a losing battle.
They're really going in on the comparisons here because so they're talking about how there's been a lot of soccer happening in March 2014.
Was the World Cup happening in 2014? They sure do talk a lot about it. Well, okay.
Yeah. Apparently there was a fucking Italian soccer star who was a fucking mark because after like scoring a goal or something, he did the "We the People" toss. Fucking mark.
Okay, the FIFA World Cup was in 2014, but not in. But it might be the World Cup qualifiers. Might be what's happening at this point in time because that's summer.
And then they springboard off of that to say Berlusconi is a big fan of Zeb's. Yeah, where is he now?
I don't know enough about soccer to appreciate your joke here, pal.
Berlusconi was he was the former prime minister of Italy.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And he actually died last month. Rest in piss. From what I remember, he was kind of a piece of shit. Anyway, fucking also we got a great so Michael Cole is, talking and JBL is interrupting as usual. I can't remember what the fuck they were going on about, but Cole says something about as I was saying before I was interrupted by JBL, and JBL just goes wah wah wah. which I think is right up there with um wah. We can make a whole like symphony out of these fucking things.
We could.
Yeah, I don't have a whole lot of match notes here. Yeah, that's my wrestling theme song now. That's actually the Noobs and Knockouts theme song. We finally discovered it.
Okay. Also, I also made a note that WWE apparently is an award-winning, winning some online awards.
Yes.
One for their smartphone
kudos.
app, the WWE app, and another for their campaign with Susan G. Komen, the hashtag Rise Above Cancer.
Oh, okay. I thought that was about to be the fucking stand up for WWE campaign. All right.
No,
that's nice.
Now this is their thing with Susan. They partnered with Susan G. Komen for years. You know, the finest of breast cancer awareness organizations.
I'm actually not familiar with them.
They suck.
That's unfortunate. Damn, I was about to be like, oh, well, that's actually wholesome. Of course, WWE finds a way to fuck up breast cancer philanthropy. Of course, the Fed finds a way to fuck that up.
As cancer philanthropy goes, Susan G. Komen's pretty fucking trash.
That's unfortunate. I can't. God, commentary was wilding out as they tend to do. I can't even remember like how they got on this topic, but JBL makes a comment. If I wanted to impress girls, I'd do pull-ups. And Colt goes, pull-ups? And JBL responds with, yeah, I'd pull up in a Corvette or a Maserati. God damn it, that was actually funny. Fuck off.
I hate that I laughed.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the match itself. God, Cesaro's a fucking natural. Like, Jesus Christ. 9 years ago, and my man still looks as fucking good in the ring as he does today. He is so goddamn good at this. The Usos are dominating for a lot of the match until we go to commercial. Real Americans kind of get the advantage by the time we come back from commercial, but Usos are still holding their own decently well. The Real Americans set up for some kind of like fucking tandem move where they throw someone into the ropes and both like lean down to catch him on the rebound. Jimmy says to this, catches himself on the ropes, and then just like comes up and kicks Swagger in the face.
Yeah.
Also, okay, I had a thought. Just watching the Usos like do their work here and just the beautiful synergy they have in ring together. I would be you would know more about whether or not this is actually a dumb idea or not. I think that as part of like the tail end of the Bloodline storyline, as we slowly approach it at a snail's pace. I think it'd be kind of sick to see like Jimmy and Jay return to the old Uso gimmick at some point, like as a defiance to Roman.
It would be kind of dope if one time it would be actually dope for this SummerSlam match coming up for them if they came out and did like the Uso chant, like the war chants that they did.
Okay, cool.
That they did while they were a tag team like this.
Yeah, I had a good idea. Nice.
Yeah, I like that. I like that idea, especially.
Hell yeah!
Especially when so much of that feud right now is devolving over like control of the family. Who's the tribal?
Yeah,
chief.
well, exactly that. They are going back to their own roots. Anyway, well, thank you. Get me in that fucking writer's room. God damn, it's my turn. So we get a bit where Cesaro catches, I assume, Jimmy still. I don't know or maybe it's Jay at this point tagged in.
Jimmy. If we're talking about when he tries to do the swing, it's Jimmy who's.
What happens is I'm kind of skipping to the end of the match. I think it's Jimmy who's legal at the end of the match. Is like he's got both the Real Americans on the apron. So on the outside. So he does a tope to Swagger, gets back in the ring, goes to like launch himself at Cesaro on the other side. Cesaro just catches him with a fucking uppercut. and hits him with the finisher that's not the big swing.
The neutralizer.
The neutralizer. And he pins him for the dub. That's not
The
what I was expecting.
The real Americans are just, they win. They won, and they're buddies after the match.
Good thing this isn't a tag team championship match, I guess. I don't think we're getting Cesaro versus Swagger at Mania if they're going back to this.
No.
How?
They're in the Andre Battle Royal. I don't know if they said or so on the show, but what does it matter? This is the last show before we go to Mania. Before we go to Mania, they're in the Andre match.
Okay. That was a match. The Usos lose for some reason, but at least Real Americans are still kind of cohesive unit still, I guess.
Yeah. Though I did note that they each went for a high five and the other guy missed.
You know what? Nice touch. I appreciate that. I missed that.
And then
slam.
Michael Cole. Fuck. Okay. Michael Cole is hyping up a WWE animated short on there, not on the network, though it will be on the network eventually. On the website, WWE Slam City. In this show, there is the evil Mr. Finisher who fires the entire WWE roster. And so, to make ends meet, they all have to find new jobs. And every episode is a short animated cartoon of a different wrestler getting a different job. There's one where John Cena is a mechanic. There's one where Alberto Del Rio is a Starbucks barista. There's one where Kane is a lunch lad.
Lunch lad. Yes, Mr. Little Lad who loves so much. His name is Kane. And oh boy, they are so not voiced by the actual wrestlers.
They're not.
Oh no.
They really don't sound like it at all. No, they didn't even do that. They did a terrible job of that.
The closest we get is the Cena impersonator, but even then it's like, wow, this is not Cena.
And then how long did WWE Slam City go? 26 episodes.
The fuck?
It went 26 episodes. And they aired on Nicktoons even. Crazy enough.
You know, I will say that clearly whoever animated that show was working really hard. Like it's like actual like claymation stop motion.
It's a cute stop motion cartoon.
Yeah, so like whoever's animating is working hard, so let them get their paycheck or their residuals, whatever. But anyway, so yeah,
subscribe to the WWE Network. Also, they're going to talk about a thing later in the show.
Oh my god. Well, speaking of which, the did you know self-masturbatory fact for this week is literally just an ad for the network.
Yeah, the did you know is that the WWE Network is $9.99 a month with a 6-month commitment. You can get Mania for $9.99.
Don't worry about that part, all right?
Shut up.
Shut up.
We get a recap from SmackDown of the Shield. Kane was facing the Big Show in a match that I'm sure was a real barn burner.
That certainly was a match.
Kane wanted hell to beat Big Show. The Shield said, and then after the match, Kane tried to attack Rollins and Roman speared him. And
Roman said, fuck you.
Backstage, Kane is talking to the Shield, and he's like, listen, on Friday, things got out of hand, and everybody made detrimental decisions.
Why are we doing that? Oh, my God. The entire corporate structure is so fucking stupid.
We all made bad choices. So...
Kane, you don't need to put up with this. You can just fire them. You have that power.
Well, it's because Kane by himself is a big bitch now. So he needs the Shield, actually. That's the...
Oh, my God.
But Kane says the authority has given us a mission, and I need a united Shield by my side. So I need to be able to count on the Shield. And if I can't, then you are a liability. So I'm only going to ask this once. Can I count on you? And Seth answers, yeah, we're united. And Roman steps up and goes, believe that. Kane says he believes they will do the right thing when asked, or they'll find out how replaceable they truly are.
There was a part in there too where like Dean said something quippy to him, and Kane responds with, "This is no time for pettiness, Dean." Which have you met Dean Ambrose?
No, Dean is nothing but petty. Dean is the
Dean
pettiest guy in the Shield.
Dean looked at his watch and says, "Oh boy, it's petty o'clock."
Yeah. No.
I feel like Kane, I really feel like the Shield have already proven that they'll stab you in the back every chance they get. I don't know why you're giving them another chance here.
Because Kane is a big goober, and we need a big babyface turn moment. We need a big babyface turn moment.
The face turn moment for corporate Kane?
No, for the Shield.
Oh, okay, sure. Well, partial face turn. We'll get there. Well, we actually won't in this arc, but you know.
We're here. This is the babyface turn is tonight.
Well, okay, that's fair, but it lasts for like what, a month?
And then just so that Seth can turn heel again and turn on the Shield. That's correct.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Anyway, in honor of St. Patrick's Day, which it actually, I looked this up, March 17th, 2014 was St. Patrick's Day. Legit.
Fair enough.
So Hornswoggle is giving away tacky shit at ringside.
Yeah.
And then fucking finally, I've hyped him up for a while from this arc, but this is the first time that he has appeared on an episode that we're covering. It's Bad News Barrett.
That was Barrett. For some reason, I thought that was Johnny Gargano.
He comes up with his big fucking podium that rises from the edge of the stage.
That's like 20 feet tall. What is happening?
And he's got a gavel. And I also wrote down the whole promo. So it's pretty short.
Oh boy, this is not the one I was expecting to review.
I wrote down multiple promos that you could review of mine. So, feel free to do that how you wish.
Christ, okay.
But yeah, fucking Bad News Barrett is here to do basic trash talk, and I love it every second of it. But anyway, he goes, look at that! That is a real-life leprechaun in the building celebrating St. Patrick's Day.
What is happening?
Great stuff.
What is happening? What is happening right now?
Now, the legend is that St. Patrick chased all the snakes out of Ireland. But I'm afraid I've got some bad news. Because the reality is that most of you will spend this stupid holiday getting inebriated and vomiting all night. And then you'll wake up tomorrow with a hangover, realize you've done some truly shameful things, and spend the rest of your lives regretting them.
And the crowd gets very offended at this because every word he's saying is absolutely true.
It's definitely not one of his stronger ones. I much prefer his one where he says New Year's resolutions are bullshit because none of you will ever follow through on them.
Wow, twice in a row. Absolutely true and based.
But yes, Bad News Barrett is here.
What the fuck is this? What was that? I take that as Bad News Barrett, like targeting supposedly Irish Hornswoggle for reasons as, oh god, WWE doing socio-political commentary. Hornswoggle out here about to get this dub for the IRA.
If I make
I'm so glad WWE is tipping there.
If I may critique the Bad News Barrett promo, I wanted him to do it. I wanted it to tie together with the snake thing. Like he brings up the snakes out of Ireland thing, and then it does not care. It does not connect to what he says after the fact.
Yeah, I know. What the fuck?
I was very disappointed.
It was really evocative imagery to bring up, but then he just did nothing with it. Come on, man. Get better material.
Meanwhile, then out comes Sheamus in a very green rugby jersey.
Yes, Sheamus is here, and he's scheduled for a match. Bad News Barrett just leaves.
He just disappears, and that's it. That's all. That's all done. Okay,
Cool.
anyway. And then Titus O'Neil, who is his opponent, comes out.
Yeah,
And he's wearing...
Not fucking Barrett.
Not Barrett. Fuck you.
O'Neil.
Barrett is gone. Titus O'Neil comes out in a big green Seuss, Dr. Seuss looking hat and a fake orange goatee.
Oh, and like a fake fucking like Irish flag striped tie.
Yep, and don't worry, every hater of dead fathers, Christian is here on commentary.
True. Oh boy, Christian is here to talk about how he's totally not mad about losing that supposedly feud-ending match with Sheamus. He's not mad. The feud is over.
All he cares about is that he is in the Andre the Giant More Battle Royal. That's all he's here to talk about. He's not here to talk about Sheamus.
That's it. Yes.
I mean, Sheamus and Titus O'Neil are fine. They're two bigger dudes.
Nothing. It's
punches.
A nothing match.
It is.
Yeah. Christian on commentary again. Commentary are the highlights here. Christian is being Christian, which is to say a massive prick. Christian to JBL, or Christian's talking about how like all the commentators are talking shit about him. He said how JBL called him like too skinny or something. I don't know. And then he retorts to JBL, "You look like David Spade in a fat suit." And JBL responds with, "What's wrong with David Spade?" And Christian goes, "Nothing. I just said you look like him in a fat suit." Thank you, Christian.
Also, Christian says that he has never been beaten. In fact, the only times that he has ever been beaten is if he beats himself.
I bet Christian loves to beat himself.
You damn right.
Okay.
Sheamus and Christian beat each other off. That's what happened last week on Raw.
You know what? I love it when Irish Ken and dead father hating Ken, my two favorite Ken dolls, are in the same dream house together. This is true.
Turtleneck Ken and Irish Ken.
Turtleneck Ken and Irish
Ken.
Ken.
The best
That's their entire. That's their entire personalities. Also,
okay. Really cute, deep cut joke about Vince here. When JBL's like, "Can we get a blue dot over Christian's commentary?"
I was wondering what that was.
Yeah. So back in the olden days, and by that I mean like the early 2000s, Vince was under the impression that Christian was ugly, and in fact, too ugly to push. And so among suggestions that Vince had is like, what if every time Christian was on screen, we just put a blue dot over his face? Because he's so ugly.
What? I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, no. This was a Vince McMahon brainchild idea, is put a blue dot over Christian's face because Vince thought Christian was too ugly.
Oh, that's brilliant. Thank you, Vincent.
They didn't do that, but
Oh my God. Okay, well that's
reference, JBL.
Beautiful. So Hornswoggle is at ringside for this match because he and Christian or not Christian, he and Sheamus are just best buddies at this point.
Yeah, they're Irish or whatever. I don't think
Hornswoggle
is Irish, but Irish is canonically a leprechaun or whatever. So whatever.
I don't care. So Titus O'Neil takes advantage of this and like drags Hornswoggle into the ring and is beating up on him. He picks Hornswoggle up. He's gonna toss him behind him. Little does he know that Christian, or I keep saying Christian, that fucking Sheamus is right behind him. So Christian catches his pet Hornswoggle out of the air, and then just throws Hornswoggle at Titus. And Titus goes over the rope for this. Sheamus actually hits 10 beats of the Bowrun this time. It was actually 10, not fucking 14. Then throws Titus in the ring, gets the pin, 1, 2, 3.
Beating that drum.
Throws Titus back in the ring, gets the pin, 1, 2, 3, total squash. Fuck you.
Yeah, so Renee Young gets in the ring and is like, "What are you going to do to celebrate St. Patty's Day, Sheamus?" And he says some bullshit. whatever. He's entering the Andre
I'm going
Memorial
to the
Battle Royal.
Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale.
In 3 weeks. That's how I'm celebrating St. Patty's Day. And
yeah, the
then
famous
Sheamus,
celebrate St. Patty's Day 3 weeks after the actual day. Very, very
yes, and then Christian attacks Sheamus from behind. He throws him into the steel steps and then hits the kill switch on the floor to Sheamus. Waka
Man,
waka.
this supposedly SmackDown feud played a real fucking Uno reverse card on us and became a Raw feud.
It sure did
somehow.
become a Raw feud. I don't really like it.
Still don't care.
Speaking of things I don't like, next week on Raw, it's Arnold Schwarzenegger and Joe Manganiello.
Yeah, promoting the single most low-budget movie I think I've ever seen Arnie be in. At least it looks low-budget as fuck. I don't even know what this is. It looks. I thought it was a TV show from how low res it looked, and they're like, movie, and I'm like, what? Excuse you?
This is some basic ass military shootery bullshit. Let me see if I can go find it right now because I didn't write that down, but I'm sure. How many movies could Arnold Schwarzenegger have been doing in 2014? Can't possibly be that many.
It twice in this
Sabotage.
In this episode. Sabotage. Beautiful.
Let's see. It is an action thriller film directed by David Ayer. Suicide Squad's David Ayer.
Real winner there.
It is a loose adaptation of the Agatha Christie novel, and then there were none.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, that's fucking weird to even say out loud.
I don't. What? Wait, what? That dumb fucking we're doing an army movie that's clearly about Iraq, but without any actual socio-political commentary because Arnold Schwarzenegger's our fucking star. It's an adaptation of fucking And Then There Were None. What are you even doing with that? What? I was in And Then There Were None in high school. I feel personally disrespected by this.
Okay, cool. Anyway, it stars Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sam Worthington, Olivia Williams, Terrence Howard, Joe Manganiello, Josh Holloway, and Muriel Enos.
The fuck is the loose edit stars? What?
Schwarzenegger portrays the leader of a DEA team whose members find themselves being hunted down after they steal money seized during a cartel raid. The film received generally negative reviews, and it grossed $22.1 million on a $35 million budget. Complete fucking failure.
That's really fucking funny.
Anyway, Sabotage. Don't watch it.
I'm almost tempted to just because I need to know, how the fuck this lines up.
In what way is it like an Agatha Christie novel?
Yeah, in what way is it like this story that I'm very familiar with? What is okay?
But they're going to be on Raw next week. But that's not the only guest that are
because Arnie is a fucking mark. He starts doing the yes thing.
But then that is not the only guest for Raw next week. Also advertised for Raw to hype the upcoming movie Scooby-Doo and the WrestleMania Mystery. It will be Scooby-Doo and the Mystery Machine. They're going to be here on Raw.
Man, if they get Freddie Prinze Jr. to come out as Fred again, I will, I don't know, do something drastic. In a good way, in a bad way, I'm not sure. But it would be great.
But yeah, next week on Raw, Arnold Schwarzenegger and Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo WrestleMania Mystery, which is also was actually an adaptation of Hamlet. True. Don't think about it.
I'm trying to think of how I could make that work based on what I know about the plot.
So yeah, Scooby-Doo WrestleMania Mystery has entered the chat. Bonus arc episode? Maybe. We'll find out.
We should do an arc of just the Hanna-Barbera WWE movies.
Oh, that would be a time. That would be... Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Enough of that.
Okay. Also, but we're still hawking shit. John Cena is in the most recent Muscle and Fitness mag to promote his workout secrets. Step one, obviously, being all the steroids. Step two, and this is true, white rapping.
Yeah, weird.
Um,
Anyway,
yeah, it's
John
funny
Cena
how that
is
works,
out.
right?
John Cena is out here to talk about the Wyatt family. And
Shout out to the motherfucker in the crowd with a "My girl loves Cena more than me" sign. John Cena famously awakened many a cuck fetish in his day.
absolutely, John Cena,
True.
cuck king, John Cena. That's
True.
what they call him.
Well, wait. Well, wouldn't he be the Bull King? The Cuck King implies that he's the...
That was the joke I was going with. The joke is that I had that the wrong way around.
Anyway, John Cena comes out and is like, well, if it isn't all the people who hate me for some reason.
Yeah, Cena's like, there's a lot of energy in the building here tonight.
Yeah, again, always trying to put that positive spin.
Some
There's great energy here. Yeah.
Cena says he's been here for 12 years. He's had over 3,500 matches. I didn't go to Cage Match to fact check that.
I don't know, man.
That sounds like it could be right, but I'm not gonna go fact check that. I didn't want.
He's been hanging out a lot with Terry. All right, Terry's been encouraging him on the path of inflating his legacy a little bit.
Yeah.
You know,
you just say you did 5,000 matches for 12 years, brother.
And you only won 2 of them. Or you only lost 2 of them, brother.
All right. And he says that, he and the crowd are a lot like an old married couple. They've seen each other so much, Sometimes they get along.
Sometimes, sheesh, not so much. What the fuck was up with that? I don't know. Bad attempt at a Seinfeld impression at the end there? What the fuck was that?
Cena's like, I've always been honest with you, and there's something that I want to get off my chest tonight. I'm afraid of Bray Wyatt. Honestly, before I go on with I quoted a lot of this because honestly, I really like this promo from Mr. Cena.
It's a pretty good promo.
Like after last week being annoyed that he just like buried Bray Wyatt.
Wasted away again in Margarita. It does in retrospect make that promo a little bit better because it's like it makes it seem like, I don't know, a coping mechanism.
Yeah, he's hiding his insecurity. He's like, I'm in front of the Hulkster here. I can't show I'm afraid, so I gotta be like, you're fat and lame and an idiot.
And Terry's like, good job.
That's a good job. Yeah, good job. That's a good one, brother. You should say that. But now Cena's out here being like, I admit I'm afraid. I'm afraid of who he is, what he stands for. But my biggest fear is that you people are actually listening to what Bray Wyatt says. And John Cena says he's fought everybody, but Bray Wyatt is different from any other man he's ever faced. Because the object for everyone else has always been to who is the best in that ring. But Bray Wyatt doesn't care about being the best. He only wants to destroy John Cena's legacy. And everything.
I want to interject here. Okay, Bray Wyatt doesn't care about like being the best. He just wants to destroy. But like, if he does manage to destroy your legacy, John, sounds like a skill issue. John, from you, sounds like that is Bray Wyatt still proving that he is the best. John.
Yeah, it's somewhat muddled here, but I want to cycle back to this when we get to the actual Bray Wyatt John Cena match, when I talk about how that match could have been booked better. I want to cycle back to that concept of Bray Wyatt doesn't care about winning. He cares about destroying Cena's legacy. But for now, let's just take it as is. Let's take it at face value for the moment.
Yeah.
But Bray Wyatt, he says that Bray Wyatt is trying to convince you that for the past 12 years, I have been living a lie, that I'm not who I say I am when I come out here. And Bray Wyatt wants to convince you that I am full of evil. I say, to hell with that. I've been here too long.
I say to that,
I've been here too long. I've seen too much. I am afraid of Bray Wyatt, but I believe in everything I've done, everything I've stood for, everything I will do. For me,
Getting
WrestleMania,
legitimately emotional during this too was very effective.
getting into it for sure. For me, WrestleMania is not about fighting Bray Wyatt. It's about fighting for every scar on my body, fighting for every injury I've ever had to work to come back from, fighting for every man, woman, and child that has ever believed a word that I have ever said. At WrestleMania 30, I will fight for everything. At WrestleMania, I will fight for my legacy.
Yeah. John Cena thinks he can come out here and cut a promo on Bray Wyatt without immediately getting dicked on by Bray Wyatt. No.
But no, I love this promo from Cena. I love the way, I don't know if it's always been the cleanest in implementation, but I kind of do like this concept of like Bray Wyatt's trying to prove that he can break John Cena. He can bad day himself. He can one bad day John Cena.
Yeah, which I like that whole I like that kind of philosophy being brought up in media, especially if the point is to like ultimately defeat it, that it's not just about one bad day.
Also think I'm kind of comparing this in my head, and I know we haven't done this on the podcast, so this is like for me, comparing this storyline with the Embrace the Hate arc that Cena and Kane had in 2012. And like, first of all, I think it's better with Bray because that whole arc was like Kane just beating up Zack Ryder, and that will make Cena mad.
Sure. It'll make the crowd mad, to be fair.
Yeah, he's not really like Bray Wyatt's much more directly attacking John.
Yeah.
And I also think that like Bray Wyatt's persona is this the cult leader kind of figure, and also the fact that the crowd is responding positively to Bray Wyatt because, you know, he's cool as hell. It kind of adds credence to this idea that like Cena's legacy could actually be in trouble. It sounds so silly to just say it, that this guy who's won it all and done everything in 12 years, it could all just go down the toilet because one guy decides to be a prick. But like the idea that Bray Wyatt has some sway over the audience, I think adds credibility to the idea that like that could happen, that Bray Wyatt could, by the end of this, successfully like destroy Cena's legacy with his words that the crowd is responding to.
Yes, I did note that part of the promo, that implication. The trouble for me is like why it's hard to depict that with an actual audience. And it is there to an extent. Like Wyatt is over, Cena is divisive. And I mean, you and I are certainly out here being like Bray Wyatt's actually really based for all this, actually. So there is that. I don't know kind of how they could get though that final dimension where Wyatt is where we're able to depict like that sway in a really effective way. But you know, they're doing what they can with it. It's an interesting dimension to bring into the story, to be sure.
As is usual with Bray Wyatt, sometimes his ideas are a little too high-minded for wrestling.
Yeah, well,
it's not going to get any better in that regard.
One of these days, Wyndham's finally just going to go make some fucking horror movies, and it'll be better off for it.
He's going to go make some B-movie horror movies, and it's going to be amazing.
And it's going to be great, and I will see every single one of them. I even fucking hate horror movies, but I'll do it for him.
Yeah. Anyway, Bray Wyatt comes on, and he is whistling, and he is in a John Cena shirt.
Yeah. Bray Wyatt wearing fucking Cena's merch to prove a point in the same way that fucking right wingers just set their Nikes on fire to protest Colin Kaepernick. You already bought the thing, dumbass. You're defeating your own point. Whatever.
And I know we made the one bad day thing, but this is honestly. But now that I'm thinking about like Joker monologues in my head, this Bray Wyatt could fit in pretty neatly with the monologue he has like in the circus. Like that he
Killing
has
Joke?
in Killing Joke, like in this, like that when he's in the circus, just kind of rambling about his philosophies. Not the one he gives at Batman, the other one, that one. The less famous one. The one where
Yeah,
he purely manifesto posts. That one I think could work well
amazing.
here. Anyway, of course I wrote it all down. This is the last time I'm going to be able to copy paste a Bray Wyatt promo for a while on this show.
Yeah.
Children believe in superheroes, John.
Whereas adults believe in possessed men, swamp cults, Jekyll and Hyde children's show hosts, and ghost cowboys. Yes.
Duh. They wear masks and costumes because they want to believe that the world is good. They haven't lived long enough to understand that everything is a lie. My childhood, John, let me fill you in about Bray Wyatt. It wasn't all rainbows and butterflies. You dare talk about your scars, John? Well, I've got a few scars too. The world gave them to me. They gave them to me because it was my birthright to have them. They taught me that fire was hot and that blades are sharp. They taught me that everything that I love in life is sooner or later going to wither away and die. But look at me now, John. I could be just like you. I could sign autographs and kiss babies and make sure that everyone buys all my merchandise. I could go home to my plastic girlfriend in my castle. I could take everything I fear and hide behind laughter, make jokes, make sure that I feel better about myself. Yeah, John, that's you, man. But you're right about one thing. I am different than anyone you will ever face. Because at WrestleMania, I don't care if I never leave. I don't care if I die, as long as the world sees you the way that I do. Follow the buzzards.
Insanely good promo. That it was sick as fuck. Again, what I was saying earlier, the I'm scared of people listening to you angle is undermined slightly by the fact that we get really strong Cena chants.
Oh yeah,
during this.
yeah. Big Cena chants. I think big Bryan chants. I think at one point too during the pauses.
I didn't catch
and him
that.
talking.
Yeah. Well, Bray Wyatt clearly is trauma dumping here a little bit.
He is.
My man did not have a happy childhood. Being raised by a man who's obsessed with taxes, it'll do things to you.
That'll do that for you. IRS was not a good father, apparently.
No, fuck. Crowd standing in solidarity with Cena, which I'm sure Wyatt loves. But clearly because he had a shitty childhood, where he learned that I don't know, you can't like believe in superheroes or whatever. Now it's John Cena's problem.
He's just cynical. He's just cynical and mad, and so he's like, I'm gonna make everyone else cynical.
And as always, your performance, my man, on point, delightful. I'm giving this one a. I also think Syndrome in Incredibles was a compelling character out of 10.
If everyone's super, nobody is, John.
Literally, fucking literally. You caught me monologuing, John. I can't believe it. God damn. Anyway, so
I feel like Bray Wyatt would be. I feel like Bray Wyatt would totally be willing to say, "And you caught me monologuing."
I can definitely 100% see it. He could say a lot of things in the Bray Wyatt voice and have it work really well, actually. So it's this point that I learned that the no DQ match that Randy Orton booked for himself with Daniel Bryan is not the main event. Okay.
Nope. Not at
all. Also, R.I.P. Kmart. Pour one out for a real one.
Oh yeah, because WWE had a big Kmart sponsorship around this time.
Man, rip in pieces. Yeah. It's time for the no DQ match, I guess. So
well,
cool.
we need Bryan. We need Bryan available for later.
Sure, but you could have just rolled them in. Whatever. No, not a whole lot of notes for me for the top of the match. It's Orton in control for a lot of it. Again, I got commentary here.
Okay. I got one big note for the early part of the match, though. is when Orton grabs the kendo stick. We get an iconic meme that I didn't realize was around this time.
Oh,
is when Orton grabs the kendo stick and some guy in the crowd is yelling at him about like, ring the bell, stop this, or something to that effect. And Orton yells back.
Okay. What the commentary I know I have came right before this.
Okay.
Because commentary's bickering like normal. And it's JBL and fucking Lawler like sniping at each other. And JBL goes, I'm listening to Cole. I'm not listening to you, King. Based. JBL and Lawler constantly sniping at each other on commentary is a constant stream of heartbreaking. The worst person you know just made a great point. And I hate it.
Yeah.
So I thought this was directed at the timekeeper. I didn't realize this was
dude in the crowd. He was yelling.
Okay, so Orton's been in control of the match. They've gone to the outside. Orton is like on his back and like surreptitiously fucking pulls the kendo stick out, gets back up, has Daniel in like a hold. And so someone yells, I guess, ring the bell at him.
Yeah, and Orton is like, stupid, ring the bell. It's a no DQ match. There is no bell to ring. There's no bell to ring. Big wrestling meme.
There's no bell to ring. And then he screams, "You did this!"
Yes, he says he yells, "You did this." He's yelling at "You did this" to the guy in the crowd, and then he drops Bryan on the announce table.
Yeah, okay. Wow. Okay, that's actually great. That was a great bit of improv from Orton there. Holy shit.
Very funny stuff here.
Bro, fucking Orton, he really does move like a snake. It's insane how much he earns that Viper moniker. And the best part is he doesn't make it look goofy. Like, we're not at fucking Marty the Moth Martinez.
How dare
you
disrespect Marty Martinez like that?
I do dare. Fuck you. But he earns that Viper moniker. And then on the flip side, Jesus Christ, Daniel Bryan's energy is it's fucking insane. Like, in 2014, my man is a complete firebrand in the ring, and then the crowd just goes nuclear for every single little thing he does. They get back in the ring. Daniel Bryan manages to regain control, throws over to the corner, flying knee toward him. Holy fuck.
Yeah, so I will make note is when we come back, we cut to commercial after the "You did this" part.
Okay. Then that's what I'm talking about.
And Orton chokes Bryan with a kendo stick as we're coming back from commercial. So that was neat. Bryan, that's always a fun image. Orton does a cool backbreaker move to Bryan while Bryan is wrapped around the ring post.
Fuck yeah, that was fucking ow.
Yeah,
ow.
But back in the ring, Bryan does his comeback move and he moves. Bryan,
we get this great sequence from him where he gets Orton back to the center. He's got the kendo stick and he starts alternating between kneeing Orton in the face and hitting him in the neck with the kendo stick. Yeah, he grabs the
kendo stick and Orton is like, "Mercy, hey now."
Hey, hold on, we can talk about this.
And then Bryan's like, "Fuck you." And he does the yes kicks to the chest and alternates with hitting him in the side with the kendo stick.
That was a great fucking sequence.
Yeah, so Bryan goes up to the top rope. Orton intercepts him and then takes 30 years to do anything while Bryan is just sitting on the top rope. But Orton grabs Bryan by the beard. He headbutts him. Orton hits a superplex for a 2 count. Orton keeps stomping on Daniel. He hits the vintage Orton DDT. That is the one where he hangs Daniel Bryan by his feet in the ropes and DDTs him. I call it that because every single fucking time it happens, Michael Cole goes vintage Orton. Yes,
vintage Orton.
Fuck off, man.
That's true.
Orton signals for the RKO. Bryan rolls out of the ring.
And Bryan says, RK,
he
no.
covertly grabs the kendo stick while he's on the ground down there.
I didn't even catch that. I just saw him roll out. Yeah.
Yeah. Orton goes to follow. Bryan whacks him with the kendo stick. And Orton hits a flying. Bryan hits a flying kick to Orton to the timekeeper's area. They're brawling back and forth here. Orton grabs a chair, hits Bryan with it, and then Orton gets back in the ring holding the chair, and then in runs Batista with a spear. And then
spears his ass.
Yeah, his spears were really fucking shit. Always have been.
Look, I saw him vaguely horizontal flying through the air and hitting Orton in the abdomen. I was like, well, close enough, all right?
Wow, somebody has a worse spear than Edge.
Wow! I like Edge's spear.
Edge's spear never feels like it has enough contact for me. It feels more like
That's
a flying
fair. You have
hug
mentioned
than
that.
like a tackle. But at least I can tell he's doing a spear correctly horizontal motion here, pal.
Sometimes you need a hug, you know?
Anywho, Bryan drop kicks Batista out of the ring, pins Orton for the win, and then he recognizes the perilous of this situation. He hightails it the fuck out of here.
And this is not at all a sign of any problems that RKO and Batista, Big Dave, will have with each other during the triple threat match. Not at all. It's fine.
Big Dave gets up and he's in jeans and he hits Orton with the Big Dave bomb.
Big Dave bomb for good measure. The crowd is over here chanting one more time. L-O-L.
Savages. After that,
well, you know, that was a great rampage. I'm so glad we can sometimes just get these nice, 1 hour bursts of wrestling content. Wait, what do you mean there's more? The fuck do you mean there? How is there more? That was everything.
I was like, okay, I'm ready to be done with this episode of Raw. And then it's not even halfway there.
No.
Michael Cole hawks the 1 week free trial for the WWE Network. And then
please God, go sign up. Make the line go up, please. We're begging you, please, God.
Our line did not go up as much as we wanted it to. Please help.
Free trial, please, we're begging you.
We get another technology tutorial for boomers as JBL signs up for the WWE Network. And then King is logged into the network and he's trying to show off the UI, except he swipes wrong on his iPad and accidentally swipes up the thing on like the iPhone, like on the Apple Tech, where it has like the the volume and the play button stuff, right? He swipes up on it and he can't swipe it down. And so Cole has to reach over onto King's iPad and swipe it down for him.
Oh my God, it was so funny. Lawler is such a helpless boomer. Yeah, between this and JBL inadvertently showing porn at some point. These over-the-shoulder tech tutorials were a great idea. Nothing could possibly go wrong.
Can the Bellas be fake flight attendants again?
Yeah, man. Little did I think I'd be yearning for the days of the Bella twins like making boomers horny with flight attendant role play.
Because at least they knew what they were doing. Anyway, Paul Heyman is here to deliver a message to The Undertaker. And Heyman is basically says that Undertaker's challenger.
Well, I want to start with Heyman's. Heyman opens with ladies and gentlemen, Texans, the three genders.
Yes. Paul Heyman, in essence, says that Undertaker's challengers have almost seen Taker. Taker barely survived. Meanwhile, Lesnar dominated all of them. He manhandled all of them. And in fact, Paul Heyman has the receipts on tape. And so we cut to a video package about the streak that, as I wrote, narrated by the creepy seer who gives the plot important prophecy in a fantasy novel.
Absolutely. Paul Heyman had to travel far and wide to find that guy, all right? Put some respect on his name.
His voice is like this, talking about the streak and the...
Yeah, they got the fucking Tales from the Crypt marionette.
Yeah, they got the Crypt Keeper to read this thing.
Absolutely. I really love how the entire premise of this video package is that Paul Heyman is just a big fan of the transitive property because Taker had trouble beating these guys. Lesnar had no trouble beating these guys. So by transitive property, he's gonna have no problem beating Taker. Obviously, that's how that worked. Which all of a sudden, wait, okay, is that why we had that random ass nothing feud with Mark Henry? So we could slide that the fuck in?
I also realized that. I also realized that's why they did that.
I was like, oh, because Mark Henry was one of Taker's WrestleMania opponents in the last 3 years. So they had to make a point about how Lesnar can beat all of them. Oh my God. That's the stupidest shit ever.
So is the Big Show, but they didn't use footage of that one because that's the one where Undertaker beat Albert and Big Show 2-on-1. So they didn't show clips of that one.
And they're Albert. Who the fuck is Albert?
Albert, Lord Tensai, A-Train, just giving out some random other names for this guy that you might know.
No, never heard of him. Never heard of this guy. Who the fuck is that?
Anyway, I made a specific note. Of course, they showed the clip from the first time from the WrestleMania 27 match with Triple H, where Undertaker had to be taken out on a gurney. Like, gotta jerk off. Triple H was the first WrestleMania opponent to make Undertaker not be able to leave under his own power. We gotta jerk off the game.
Oh baby. Christian's in the back teaching Trips how to beat himself.
Yeah, absolutely. And then it ends with he shall conquer death itself.
Yeah, and, sure. Okay, fine.
Paul Heyman says he knows it's a hard truth, but the Undertaker's streak will be conquered by Brock Lesnar. And on April 6, 2014, the Undertaker and his streak shall rest in peace.
Yes, the line. Thank you. Everybody knows it. Please, God, something else.
Okay, something else indeed. Backstage, Stephanie McMahon is mad. Mad at Triple H. His Triple H for just wanting to talk to Daniel Bryan tonight. Man to man. And of course, she's like, now I know you're not just being condescending when you say you're going to talk to him like a man. Like, I can't relate to what that means. But maybe you can't relate to what happened last week. Oh, Stephanie is peak girl boss in this episode.
Gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss. Absolutely.
Stephanie is like, Daniel Bryan disrespected us, our authority, my family. He spit on the McMahon family name. Have you forgotten that? Triple H's like,
Stephanie says, anything. Respect my authority.
Oh, yeah. Stephanie's real mad. She has a lot of my, not our. She has a lot of my.
Absolutely.
She's really mad. Triple H says he hasn't forgotten anything. The match is already made. We're just going to do this. We're just going to talk. I've taken care of it. And Stephanie wants to know if Triple H has even thought about what will happen to business, what's going to happen to their family when Triple H wins at Mania and becomes WWE champion, has to be on the road all the time. Like, did you even think of that at all? Are you even thinking at all tonight?
No.
Triple H goes, maybe for the first time in a long time, I'm thinking real clearly. Triple H looking at Stephanie like that time that he divorced her.
What?
Okay. In story, before they even got married, IRL, he divorced Stephanie in storyline when he found out that Stephanie,
from the drunken Vegas marriage, I assume.
Yes, that's what I was joking about. Is it that relationship ends because the marriage is falling apart, and so they renew their vows, and Stephanie fakes a pregnancy to keep Triple H there, and then Triple H learns that the pregnancy is fake, and then he dumps her when they renew vows.
Slut! Wow, what a slut! Fuck that bitch! Wow.
He does call her a big slut with a Grand Canyon of a vagina.
And I'm sure that the entire audience all collectively nutted for throwing out their favorite thing, which is calling a woman a slut for daring to exist. Fucking marital troubles. We love watching marital troubles for the people we hate. Fuck you.
Yeah. Triple H is like, leave me alone. Let me take care of it. I got this. And Stephanie's like, you better. And then she storms out.
Yes.
All right. And then as Fandango is coming out,
matters.
As Fandango is coming out, JBL calls Daniel Bryan the root of all evil.
What the fuck?
He's like, Daniel Bryan, he is ruining my favorite couple. My OTP is being ruined by Daniel Bryan.
JBL is very active on AO3, writing those Stephanie and Hunter /fics.
He is. And then I wrote, David is probably going crazy right about now because it's Goldust.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't I don't love the Goldust character as much as I love when Dustin Rhodes just get to, fucking be Dustin Rhodes. But yeah, it's fine. We do love some Dustin, even if he is in this fucking gimmick. Fandango, who for some reason gets a whole like drop down candlelit outline when he enters the ring.
Yeah, that's been a thing for a while. I guess we've not seen a full
I
Fandango entrance here.
I
Could
don't
be
know if I
possible.
have. Why I Jesus Christ, that fucking dumb little dance got him over enough to afford him that. Jesus. So Goldust comes out with Cody and is like, I can do ballroom too, and starts like trying to fucking slow dance with Cody. And Cody's like, what the fuck?
Brother,
Co-
what are you doing?
Cody is out here this entire match for some reason insisting that he's normal. TM, we are mere months away from the debut of the Stardust character.
Stardust is coming soon.
Is this
He
a
is
fucking
coming
like
soon.
lead up to Stardust? Is that we're gonna like watch Cody break or something?
I think at one point he just starts dressing like Stardust. I don't think there's like a big storyline point.
They have an inciting incident for it. Fuck you.
No.
Oh
Anyway,
god.
Goldust immediately starts kind of being flirty with Summer Rae, and she's like, "What?"
Yeah, he's allowed to sexually harass people because he's a good guy because
It's
he's
funny
great.
when
It's fine if
Goldust does it.
it's funny when he sexually harasses women, but if you dare so much look at me when you're a heel and you're gay, I will murder you.
Yeah, but Goldust spends a lot of the match mockingly dancing around because he's making fun of the gimmick. Summer Rae jumps on the apron to distract Goldust. Goldust walks over to her and he does the Saturday Night Fever thing, which Jerry Lawler calls Saturday Night Live because he's an idiot.
Fucking moron.
And then Goldust barks at Summer Rae and spooks her off the apron, falls into Cody's arms. And then
Summer Rae immediately gets hard eyes over it.
He tries to flirt with Cody and he's like, nope, putting you back
he's
down.
Like, does this go anywhere? Does this go anywhere?
No, of course it doesn't.
I'm so glad this match happened. It mattered.
There's a match that apparently happened. Some match happens here. Fandango goes for the top rope leg drop, misses. Goldust hits the curtain call for the win.
Yeah, but he's mad at the end of the match for some reason.
Well, because Cody wouldn't ballroom dance with him, of course.
Of course. True betrayal between brothers. Fucking Christ. Yeah, commentary gives so little of a shit about this match that they're fucking debating like the etymology of flip-flop and which foot is the flip and which foot is the flop. Beautiful.
Fantastic, really.
It's great.
Guys, Total Divas Season 2 is here.
Oh my god, it looks so bad. It looks so trashy.
And then The Undertaker is slumming it on Main Event this week.
Yeah, The Undertaker returns again. Michael Cole says this is absolutely incredible. And you know what? For once, I agree. Holy shit, he stooped to be on the C show.
Please subscribe to the WWE Network and watch Main Event. Undertaker is there.
Christ. It's absolutely incredible. We get the exact same Undertaker like returns graphic that we had fucking 2 weeks ago. He's not gone. He's just here. Okay.
So Corporate Kane is out here, his half brother.
Why the fuck does Corporate Kane still have the standard Kane entrance? What is the continuity on Corporate Kane? But why is he in business? He's still a demon. Why is he a fucking corpo?
Wow. You think the demons are allowed to have corporate jobs? That's offensive.
Didn't think he would be. Well, you know what? I guess, but also I don't. What is the continuity here? Why? Okay.
Anyway,
like they talk about Corporate Kane like he's just another persona of Kane, but he still gets the full fucking fire and brimstone entrance. My brain feels broken. Also, okay, they say he's the Undertaker's half brother. Has this
Yeah.
always been the lore? I thought they were just normal brothers. Did I miss something?
I think at some point in the long and dreary tale of the Undertaker, they reveal that they're half brothers of where Paul Bearer, they share Paul Bearer as a father, but that's it.
Oh, fuck. Okay, yeah, that part. I forgot about that part. Okay, cool. They encourage you to use hashtag corporate Kane to talk about this on Twitter. My favorite hashtag.
I'm not using that. But Kane
And
has a microphone, and he says, as the DOO, the director of operations, it is his job to execute the vision of the authority. This ring is a place for action, but some actions do not have a place in this ring. Like
what a piece of DOO.
DOO, am I right?
I'll show you some DOO corporate Kane.
Anyway, like the Occupy Raw stunt, it was dangerous, inappropriate, and violated numerous safety codes put in place for the protection of you, our audience. This is also what Kane said about the George Floyd protests in 2020.
Fucking true. Oh man, goddamn, you're right. He truly is a demon. How could I ever?
Kane has investigated, and he is determined that Daniel Bryan could not have possibly acted alone. It had to have been one of Memphis's own who helped him. It had to have been
we're actually doing
Jerry the King Lawler.
Why are we doing this?
Well, it's bullshit. It's like, obvious. Lawler didn't actually help Daniel Bryan last week. They're pinning it on him because they were in Memphis.
Sure, someone's got to pay for that. Not by getting fired, of course. No, that would be too drastic an action. No, just with a match. We can't fire anybody for this supposedly very illegal thing that happened.
I feel like they were gonna fire Jerry after they beat him.
I don't know. It looked like he said this needs to be settled in the ring. It looked like they were gearing up for a match. And at that point, why the fuck didn't you just say, Jerry, you're fucking fired, get out of the building? You didn't. Oh. Anyway.
You can't fire anybody in this storyline.
Okay? We don't have any power.
Anyway, Jerry Lawler's like, what the fuck? And before he can even get out of his chair, the Shield come down to the ring.
Yeah.
They surround Jerry at the announce table and they demand that he get in the ring. In the ring, they basically escort him into the ring. And Kane starts taking off his suit and his tie. And Kane says, now, Jerry, we've known each other a long time. I remember when I was your dentist. And
it's that line. That was good.
Said that.
Oh, you inserted
I added that
beautiful.
in. I wish
that was a good line. Dude, I fucking wish he had the balls to say that. That's funny.
And we both know you're not in fighting shape, which is why I won't enjoy doing what I have to do. Well, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. See? He's going to fucking have a match with him.
And Kane gives Jerry Lawler a chance to say any last words. And then Seth Rollins jumps in. He's like, I see that look in your eye, Jerry. And I don't think Daniel Bryan is coming to save you. Because the Shield always does what's best for business. And they've blocked this so that Jerry's in one corner, Kane's in the other. The Shield are kind of blocking Jerry, and they're facing Jerry. And they all
kind of encircled him.
They all turn around and face Kane.
Oh, wow. Who'd have thought? The Shield is turning on Kane. I didn't see this coming. Did you see this coming? No fucking way. Yeah, okay.
You're a lot meaner on this storyline than I am.
Well, it's fine. It's mostly just the fact that Kane is a fucking dumbass who, for some reason, gave the Shield another chance after they clearly showed their true colors. And I don't know why he thought he could trust them this time. Like they clearly don't give a shit. Like they in their conversation with him backstage before this, they show no deference to him. They don't seem like their attitude has changed at all. like Kane is a dumbass for trusting them here.
I guess. Anyway, the Shield, a dog pile Kane, whoop his ass, spear by Roman, triple power bomb, go to hell.
I have to say, there is a great spot. So Kane realized what's about to happen. He does try to like fight back. He lines up for the choke slam on Rollins, like he's got his hand around Rollins' throat. But Ambrose crashes through Kane's arm, breaks the hold, and then Rollins gets a spinning drop kick off of it. That was actually a really great tactical move from Ambrose, breaking the chokehold like that, and then Rollins lining up a move instantly afterward. That was a great little spot there.
Yep. Then next we have the Bella Twins are on commentary. I note Brie is wearing a "Just Say Yes" shirt to support her fiance.
Yeah. I want it noted that in my notes, once I saw the next segment that was coming up, the only thing I wrote was Christ.
Anyway, the next match up is a tag match between the Funkadactyls and AJ Lee and Tamina. And I made a note to remind myself to do this is I promised in the front half that I would do some research to figure out the Total Divas versus non-Total Divas results.
Shit. Look at you.
Since Total Divas has started airing up to this episode of Raw. So I have compiled 4 statistics. Total Divas versus non-Total Divas. Total Divas versus AJ Lee. Total Divas versus Total Divas, and non-Total Divas versus non-Total Divas. So I am going to give you, I also broke it down between Raw, SmackDown, and pay-per-views. But let's start with the easy one. I want you to get, what do you think the overall win percentage is of Total Divas versus non-Total Divas since we started?
I'm going to put it a solid 90%.
Way too high. I'll give you a hint that it's a lot lower than I thought it would be. And let me give you another try on that one.
60-40.
That's a lot better. The total is 63%, 35-21.
Oh, well, damn. You know what? I guess we stand corrected. They're not being as weird about pushing the Total Divas exclusively.
I made a note. There are some notes to make here. There are kind of some observations that stuck out to me as I was compiling this. And that's why I broke it down the way I did. On Raw, it's 74% on Raw. They're 20-7 on Raw. The first time they even took a loss to a non-Total Divas wrestler was on October 14th. And
Jesus.
Total Divas started airing at the end of July. So
it's 3 whole months undefeated.
Yeah, and I
2.5, whatever.
Total Divas versus AJ Lee because I figured that would be different. I assumed it would in fact be worse. On Raw, I'm wrong. In fact, on Raw, the Total Divas are 11-3, 79% against AJ Lee specifically.
What the fuck? Okay, wow, never mind. Fuck you.
Now, SmackDown is a bit of a different story. On SmackDown, the Total Divas are only 13-9 against non-Divas wrestlers. And a big reason for that is because on SmackDown, they are 4-9 against AJ Lee. So it was basically they're 9-0 on SmackDown against anyone that's not AJ Lee, and they're 4-9 against AJ on SmackDown.
You want to watch AJ win? Please, God, watch the B show, please.
Yeah, go watch SmackDown if you want to watch that happen.
Yeah, fuck SmackDown, whatever.
On the pay-per-views, the Total Divas are 2-5 overall against the non-Total Divas, and that is heavily carried by the fact that they are 2-4 against AJ specifically. They won a cup. They won the Survivor Series tag match, and Cameron beat AJ by DQ at Elimination Chamber. But other than that, they're just taking L's to AJ on pay-per-view because those are title matches. I expected that to be how that happened, how that looked.
Right.
So overall, against AJ Lee, the Total Divas are 17-16, 52%.
Holy shit.
If you take away
Okay, well, it could be worse, but those
Yeah.
are some weird fucking stats that make that up.
If you take away pay-per-views, because I figured those kind of skewed a little bit, they're 67% against non-Total Divas and 56% against AJ specifically. And because I was curious, Total Divas versus non-Total versus Total Divas versus other members of Total Divas, those have only happened in 6 matches since June. And the big one, matches between all wrestlers who are not on Total Divas 7 times since July.
Wow.
And a lot of that,
women on our show are very important.
And a lot of that is that when Total Divas started airing, Caitlyn and AJ were still feuding over the Divas title. So a lot of those matches are just them kind of resolving and finishing that feud up.
Okay.
After that, it's a lot less likely.
Oof.
So it's not as dominant. It's not as dominant as I thought, and I think the fact that I've only been watching Raw helps create the perception more.
Yeah, but also
still overall,
gotta keep that ratio up for the Total Divas.
Consistently, the Total Divas are winning a lot more often than other against non-Total Divas.
I am surprised they don't use Total Divas to like build Diva versus Diva matches.
Oh, they will.
They will.
They will.
Good.
It will start being a thing where like feuds that happen on TV, like they use stuff that happens on Total Divas to build the stuff that happens on TV.
Oh my god. It's so dumb. It looks so fucking fake. Okay, anyway. Okay. So the match. Austin, why the fuck does Naomi have an eye patch?
Because she had a match and she fucking her like ocular bone got hurt or whatever.
Oh, so that was the injury. Okay, well
that was the injury, and now she's got an eye patch. It
looks sick. She yassified it. So the Bellas on commentary. Oh boy, the Bellas on commentary. The Bellas on commentary tease how on the next episode of Total Divas, you're gonna see if Nikki's gonna get proposed to next week. Oh no!
I have seen the future.
No,
that's not happening, and won't happen for 3 more years.
Oh my god, John Cena, John Cena, can you answer for yourself?
John Cena was very afraid of commitment with his relationship with Nikki.
Oof. Oh man. I am begging commentary to stop being creepy toward the Divas. Holy shit. There was too much macking on the Bella Twins for me to keep track of in my notes. All I remember is something about JBL saying that he likes like the tattoos that AJ has, and the Bella's like, "Oh, you like tattoos? We got tattoos for you." And JBL just gets a boner.
It's weird that they also pop in with like the very flirty, like you should see our tattoos when both of them are in relationships on reality TV that is being hyped by WWE TV.
Yeah, but Austin, they got to get those thirst follows on Twitter because they're like, and if you want to see where our tattoos are, go follow us on Twitter. Gotta get those thirst follows, man.
I guess. Anyway, this match is a lot of beating up Cameron and then hot tag to Naomi. And then Naomi wins, pins AJ, waka 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 waka. And then
waka waka.
After the match,
I will say, Naomi gets that hot tag, and she's going fucking crazy. Especially wild, knowing that she's been out of action for the past several fucking months. It's like actually impressive. And also especially with an eye patch too, like impressive showing from her, and it's a good thing WWE realized her potential and never booked her disrespectfully ever again
No,
after the Funkadactyls.
she is going to be a WWE lifer in WWE. I can just tell. Is they're always going to respect Naomi, and if she ever gets like another tag team partner, they will also always respect that tag team partner.
Absolutely. Also, I also want to point out that they're also mocking the fact that
unrelated. Congratulations to Trinity as the new Knockouts champion in Impact.
Ah, yes, Trinity, not the same person as Naomi, not at all. Yeah. So, they're also hawking on commentary that the Bellas are going to be on, I guess, the series finale of Psych, which is insane.
USA Network synergy.
Yeah, I guess they spoil the fuck out of it by saying they become zombies. Good going on that one, Bellas.
I don't know if that's. I can't even tell if that's true or not. That sounds bullshit.
I don't know. Psych is a wild show, man.
I mean, it is, but zombies.
I did think that was a little far fetched. Maybe they're like, I don't know. I don't fucking know. Whatever. Anyway,
okay, now I gotta look up. Now I gotta know what the fucking season finale of Psych is about.
No, the series finale. Please don't tell me, because I need to actually watch Psych all the way through.
Fine, I will. I will just say whether or not that it feels like an accurate, like saying it's about zombies or something is an accurate description. Where the fuck? Arts and media.
Nikki and Brie Bella become commentary or become zombies.
Music. Where? What the fuck? Did I spell it wrong?
What?
I can't find Psych. Maybe I spelled it wrong. Oh, duh. Look up the
Nightmare on State Street.
I'll look up the Bella Twins because I bet I can find it from their filmography. Yeah, I did spell it wrong. I put an E there.
Oh, it's not the last episode of the main series. It is the second to last.
Huh.
It's called A Nightmare on State Street, so there's got to be some supernatural bullshit.
Let's see.
Nightmare.
It's not actual zombies, but I can see where that happens.
Okay. Well, that's nice.
Okie dokie. Also, I'm pretty sure, speaking of WWE wrestlers and Psych, I'm pretty sure Charlotte's in the movie.
Yes, she is. I remember watching the movie and being like, what the fuck? That's Charlotte Flair.
Anywho.
That USA Network synergy. Anywho.
8 seasons in a movie.
8 seasons. 8 seasons, 3 movies, and a musical. Excuse you.
Community could never. Fuck you.
Community could never. Hey, at least the new movie's not gonna have Chevy Chase in it. Yada da 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 da. All right. So yes, AJ has eaten the pin. Great way to keep your tag champ looking strong. Or your main champ feeling strong. Although at the very least, this seems like it's building to something.
Yeah, after the match, AJ is like, I always win when I'm alone. X. You're
okay.
The reason why we always lose.
I need to emphasize that Austin's saying this all in a very calm demeanor. AJ is screaming this at Tamina.
Yeah, obviously. And then Tamina's had enough. She pushes AJ down and like, well, this partnership is dead.
Rip in pieces. I guess AJ just has everybody gunning for her at this point. The people who have pinned her recently
does lead into what happens at Mania.
Okay, well that'll be interesting.
Not that we're watching that fucking match, but you know.
Yeah, no, I have a guess at the 4 matches we're watching, and I highly doubt the divas are going to be.
It's a real question of if I can stick the 5th match in there.
Fair enough.
Speaking of, okay.
So,
never mind. First 2K14 ad. WWE
yes,
2K14.
2K14, where you can play any matchup you like, except for intergender matches. Fuck you.
And then we get an announcement for the newest WWE Hall of Famer.
Yes, which was spoiled by the fucking over-the-shoulder network ad earlier, but okay.
Oh, was it?
Yes, it was. We saw that shit on Jerry Lawler's like homepage.
Those dipshits had TMZ open?
No, it wasn't TMZ. It was on the network.
Oh, I bet there was a WWE.com article that mentioned the TMZ article. That's probably what happened.
Yeah. But yes. Who else? It's Mr. T. For his significance to the success of WWE since his like involvement in WrestleMania 1.
Oh yeah, it was very big. It was very big. It was very important. He was the kind of there to be the draw to help Hulk Hogan.
Yeah,
brother.
legitimately. Yeah, and... fucking Shivani, or no, not Shivani. Fucking Gene. I think it's Mean Gene. Fucking Barry's like Liberace and whoever was like, we didn't need Liberace. We didn't need whoever else. Mr. T was the really important one. They're like, Liberace okay, Jesus.
Liberace didn't really do shit. He just did the stupid kick. He just did the kick line.
Yeah, well, still. Way to bury those other like celebrities that were on your most important show your company has ever done.
Mr. T during the height of his time on the A Team came over to the WWE. He tagged and in the main event of the very first WrestleMania, he tag teamed with Hulk Hogan against Roddy Piper and Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. And then at WrestleMania 2, he had a boxing match with Roddy Piper because
one of those is significantly less critically acclaimed than the other. I'll leave it up to you to guess which is which.
Yeah, because Roddy Piper hated Mr. T legit. He saw T as arrogant, and it was one of those like gotta protect the business from tough guys who think they could do this shit super easy.
Okay,
kind of thing.
Sure.
Like that was like he thought that T wasn't respectful enough to these people under like it's just fake wrestling. That's easy peasy. And so Piper hated him. That's why they had a boxing match at 2.
That's great.
WCW brought in Mr. T as part of Hulk Hogan's kind of initial run with the company because all WCW knew how to do with Hogan pre-NWO is just do everything he did in the WWE.
Nostalgia act.
That's all they knew how to do.
Media, but that's for other podcasts to make jokes about, not us, brother.
Yeah, so Mr. T is going in the WWE Hall of Fame now.
Yay. I'm very happy for him.
He's going to talk a lot about his mother in that Hall of Fame speech.
Oh, that's cute. We did get during this whole video package they did because we get a lot of clips of him and Hogan together, and like we get them for their WrestleMania match tearing each other's shirts off. Wrestling isn't gay, guys. Wrestling. You are all secure in your sexuality. Wrestling is there's no homoeroticism to be found here.
Also, Mr. T helped Hulk Hogan become the very first wrestler to host Saturday Night Live.
I didn't know he hosted SNL.
Due to a last-minute replacement change, like a last-minute cancellation on the host, and because Vince and Dick Ebersol were super tight, Mr. T and Hulk Hogan hosted Saturday Night Live the night before WrestleMania 1.
Look at that synergy.
Yeah. Anyway,
outstanding.
We get to the sixth match of that show. Well, it's an 8-man tag match. It is Alberto Del Rio, Ryback, Curtis Axel, and Damian Sandow versus Mark Henry, Dolph Ziggler, Big E Langston, and yes, The Big Show.
This episode was 3 hours long.
2.5 without commercials.
We definitely needed to see this match.
Yeah, so Big Show has a picture-in-picture promo talking about how people have always compared him to Andre in his career. Ha, 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 ha.
That was, fair.
It's also funny because in WCW canon, he
was known as the Giant, yes.
Andre's son. That was the bit.
Yeah.
All 8 men in the match are in the Andre Memorial Battle Royal. And if you thought I took any notes on this match, you're wrong.
I actually did take a couple here.
I literally didn't even watch this match. It was at this point in the show that I opened Peacock in another window and started timing out WrestleMania 30 for next time. That is what I did during this match.
Absolutely beautiful. Okay. Well, I did take some notes. Not many. So just some match highlights. We get a bit where Mark Henry. So Big E and Ryback start off the match, and at one point, Big E tags in Mark Henry. We get to see a bit where Mark Henry catapults Big E into Ryback, who's in the corner. Except the catapult is like, Mark Henry and Big E grab hands, and Mark Henry gives a very gentle, hey, like pull of Big E toward Ryback. Okay, sure. Lawler at some point during commentary blames his bad iPad skills from earlier on the fact that people run into the desk.
Sure, that makes sense.
Damian Sandow is here. He really tries to like trick us into thinking he's big and tough when he's facing off against all these big boys. And then he tags out.
2 weeks in a row, we've seen Damian Sandow get absolutely dicked on this show.
Yeah, he tags out. He hits like one thing on Mark Henry or something, and he tags out after like 10 seconds. Big Show, of course, is not. Big Show is the definitive hot tag for this match. Like there's a bit where like all three or three out of the four members of the face team like step into the ring, and the heel team all back off. They're so scared, but Big Show is not stepping into the ring for that, so you can tell like, oh, he's going to be the hot tag. So he gets the hot tag, and Sandow's the legal man again at this point. He just tears Sandow the fuck apart. Before he can get the pin, there's a whole ass scuffle between all the dudes. One last burst before Sandow gets absolutely murdered for realsies by Big Show, and Big Show gets the pin. Waka waka. Thank you. This match was very necessary. Anyway, on to something that has at least somewhat more plot relevance. We cut back to basically the same thing we had earlier. Batista back in his,
is going to walk out a second time.
Again. He's leaving the building again, and Renee is running up to interview him again.
And Batista goes, he's never quit anything, which is very funny because that's literally how he quit WWE the first time, is on screen. He goes, I quit. That's like, ha. And he said, it doesn't matter if it's Triple H or Daniel Bryan. He's leaving WrestleMania with what he came back for.
Yeah. He's taking his ball and going home. Kofi is here. Yay! To
the main event match of the evening.
Oh, okay.
Shit.
Oh, God. Oh, God. It's almost time for the New Day. It's almost time for the New Day. They're like 3 months away. Come on. Fuck.
Yeah, but then, oh, shit. Before Bray Wyatt comes out here, or before at least the match starts, we get the Legacy music video.
Yeah, okay. This was actually sick.
It's the highlight promo package they will do for Bray Wyatt versus John Cena, set to Legacy by Eminem. It is dope as fuck.
I discovered it was actually a pretty sick song, and I'm probably going to add it to my playlist because, yeah.
And it's not even my favorite promo video from WrestleMania 30.
Oh, are we going to get there later, brother?
We'll get there next time. You can bet your ass that we are going to watch the video that I'm most goated. But yeah, Legacy, the video is dope as hell.
That was actually really sick. A lot of great. Again, Wyndham just wants to make horror movies, guys. Just let him, please God, let him make a horror movie.
So this match is super one-sided to Bray Wyatt. He whoops Kofi's ass. It's a squash match. Bray Wyatt
3 months away from the New Day. Come on.
And then what feels like a payoff to from what our NXT arc, even if chronologically this came first. We get an ad for the Oculus movie,
which was apparently so they say an ad for a new movie from WWE Studios, and I go, oh boy, I'm ready for some bullshit, some weird obscure. I remember Oculus trailers from 2014. I remember this movie because fucking Karen Gillan is starring in it.
WWE Studios is one of the production companies, the others being Intrepid Pictures, Blumhouse, and Micah Entertainment.
Yeah.
They're one of the 4 production companies. They didn't distribute the movie. This isn't one of their direct DVD horse shit movies. But
yeah,
This is actual good cinema. It is the Oculus starring Karen Gillan with the evil mirror. Just like we all made jokes about NXT women's locker room having an Oculus mirror because everyone turned heel in front of the mirror.
Oh, shit, buddy. Yeah, well, it's funny you say that because I was over here being like, why the fuck is WWE Studios putting their hand in this cookie jar? Which superstar are they pushing? Obviously, it was Sasha Banks' mirror.
Yes, well, obviously that's the connection.
It's the connection. And I don't see what the fuck else it would be.
Yeah, we just straight up get a trailer for Oculus. It was awesome.
Yeah.
I should watch that movie.
Never seen the movie.
Yeah.
But seems all right enough.
A bonus episode. We watched WWE Studios classic Oculus.
Oh my god. Wait, Oculus came out in 2013. What? Whatever. Oh, it actually has good reviews. That's new. That's new for WWE Studios.
Okay, it premiered in 2013 at the Toronto International Film Festival.
Oh, okay.
It didn't have theatrical release until April 2014.
Okay. Yeah, that's new for WWE Studios. Is actually good reviews. Nice. They did it. Congratulations, guys, ladies and gentlemen. We got them. All right. So we get the same Arnie ad as last time. Cool. And we have, oh boy, I did check the timer on this one. 17 minutes for this segment, and oh boy. Why?
Because we're not done. Triple H was getting in his 20 minutes of promo tonight. Even if he had to do it in 2 parts, he is getting it in. So Triple H comes out. He wants Daniel Bryan to come out here. Daniel Bryan does. And Triple H,
I will say real quick before we get into the meat of this, shout out to the people who made fucking light up flashing yes letter signs. Like people were holding up like a Y sign, an E sign, and an S sign, and each of them, they were fucking actually had lights and were flashing. Kudos. That's some good craftsmanship right there. Well done.
Now, Triple H,
okay.
Thanks, Daniel Bryan, for coming out here tonight. He has a couple things he wants to get off his chest. This wasn't a popular decision in my circles. I'll be lucky if my wife talks to me tonight. And a lot of things have led to this moment, Daniel. Triple H says he wants to explain that everything he did up to this moment is because he believed it was best for business. None of it was at this point.
It was at this point that someone in the front row hung a sign over the barricade that said Daniel Bryan is best for business. I have to imagine that person, when they heard Triple H drop that line, they were like, "That was my chance."
Man,
it's beautiful.
Sometimes the audience has perfect timing.
Absolutely.
But he's like, none of it was personal. And here's the thing, TM. I want you to hear this, Daniel, and understand it was not personal. It was about what was best for WWE. And you might not understand it. I'm not going to stand here and debate it. And he doesn't expect Daniel or anyone else in this crowd to understand the burdens of needing to make the best decisions for this company. However, last week, Daniel crossed the line, but he's willing to let it go for it to be water under the bridge, because the truth is it doesn't matter what led us to this moment. All that matters is that we're here now. And Triple H says it feels like we were supposed to be in this ring together right now. And in 3 weeks, on the biggest stage that man has ever known, you and I are going to step in this ring together, and we're going to fight. Triple H says he won't apologize for what he'll do in that ring, and Daniel Bryan shouldn't apologize either. Daniel crossed the line, and now Triple H has to put an end to all of this. He doesn't necessarily want to, but he has no choice. He has no choice but to end the yes movement, end this uprising. He has no choice to shut all this down. And to shut this down, I have to put an end to you, Daniel. Then no apologies. Then that's what I have to do.
Well, I want to say two things I want to interject here. One, on a serious note, the no apologies, that's what I have to do. There's this pause between him saying no apologies and that's what I have to do that kind of reads like it's him choking on Mike a little bit again. We saw this in the last week. It feels like again, if this is intentional, brilliant fucking storytelling here of again that confidence draining away, that desperation dripping out.
Triple H can pretend that this is all just like, I got to do what's best for business. I got to do this cold, calculated, just what I got to do. But he is
not personal.
He's so mad.
Yeah,
he says it's not personal, but it is.
And he's like restraining himself. He's trying to catch himself. It's awesome. On a completely different note, man, this particular promo, we get a very close-up shot of Triple H's profile as he's delivering this promo, and I have to say, I can't tell if Triple H is fucking contoured, like he has contoured makeup on, or if his cheekbones and jowls are just that inhumanly perfect, because there's like a perfect shadow with the line going directly under his cheekbone and down around like the crease right between his his cheek and his mouth. I don't know if that's like he has makeup on or if it's like he's just got the most perfectly crafted face in the universe, but goddamn, it was mesmerizing. I could not stop looking at it. Beautiful. Or maybe it's just his 5 o'clock shadow. Who's to say?
Okay. So Triple H is just like, I want to look you in the eye, Daniel, and say, no hard feelings. May the best man win. And he puts out his hand to shake. And Daniel Bryan refuses to shake his hand. He's like, no way, man.
Also, at this point, real quick, one more thing I want to point out. We get a sign. WWE is Bass. Now, I presume it was supposed to be WWE is Boss, but they have Boss like written in weird like angular letters, and the O was a triangle. So I can only presume it means WWE is Bass. I went fishing and caught me a WWE. Or alternatively, it's bass and makes for some great music. Anyway.
Okay, so Daniel Bryan doesn't shake his hand. Triple H says, it's cool. You know, if I was in your position, I would probably do the same. I'd probably do even worse. Then Triple H admits that he's dumped a lot on Daniel Bryan since SummerSlam. Obstacle after obstacle. And yet, he's still standing here. And the fans start chanting for Daniel at this point. And he's like, you know why the crowd say that, Daniel? Is because they respect you. They've seen you walk through a mountain of crap when anybody else would have folded a long time ago and taken their ball and went home. But not you. And I got to tell you, you got a big set. And if nothing else, Daniel, you have earned my respect.
The psychology of Triple H is so fucking crazy here. He's insane. He's greedy. He's flatly like callous and evil. He's violently fucked up, but also like he respects a big pair of cojones, and you can get through to him just by like just being an obstinate dick and like conquering physical challenges. It's fascinating to see the inner workings of this man's mind.
I'm gonna be honest. As much as for this week. I honestly wish it had went a completely different way because I was really compelled by this being Triple H's real feelings. Like being this cold calculating jackass, but still genuinely respecting Daniel. Like that he
100%.
In his Triple H on this show up to this point presents this idea of like, he's doing what he's got to do for business, but the way he looks at Daniel, whereas he looks at Daniel the way I think a former wrestler would look at Daniel. Stephanie has never been a real wrestler. She's wrestled She's wrestled enough times to be a former women's champion. Whoopity-doo.
She's wrestled enough times to be a playable character in 2K.
Right, but she's not a wrestler. She's more. She has much more experience as management from the family owner side of the business, and so she sees Daniel Bryan's actions as this horrible, disrespectful, rebellious attitude. And Triple H sees some of that too, but he also looks at it like a wrestler who respects the hustle. He respects that sometimes that's the kind of guy you got to be to get ahead
That's how
in
it be.
this business. So he feels like he's got to put down Daniel because that's what he's got to do for business. But he actually does respect Daniel. He respects his drive. He respects his talent. He respects the how far Daniel was willing to go. And I feel like what happens after that undermines that as a sincere reading of Triple H's character.
Yes, I agree with that as well. And like, I appreciate where this went, but it is unfortunate because I was getting into like what was being offered here as a potential character beat for him. Which is why I made the note on it that I did, because it was fascinating. But yeah, so Stephanie comes out, and she is extremely mad at Daniel and her husband, and she's like, guess what, buddy? You're fired, or you're arrested. No, he's still not fired. He's fucking arrested though. She calls, I got the cops here. Fuck 'em, boys. Very, you know, it's nice to see the local indie guys this time got to put on a cop uniform instead of security. You know, shake things up a little bit.
Outcome, the San Antonio Indies finest.
Absolutely. They all got their nightsticks, man. I'm sure they all proceed to then use them in future matches.
Triple H and Stephanie start arguing at ringside. Meanwhile,
Daniel Bryan. So the cops surround Daniel Bryan in the ring, and Daniel Bryan's like holding out his arms like he's about to use fucking like Jesus powers to get cops on his side. He's like, Daniel Bryan's in that ring going, "Amen, I say to you, amen." Yes.
The forgotten proverb of Jesus. He's yes.
Absolutely.
Yes,
amen,
yes.
I say to you, yes.
The cops handle Daniel Bryan like,
yeah, they cuff his ass.
They handle him very roughly.
Very roughly. Like they've got him all like under, like all their nightsticks pressed up against his back as they have him shoved to the fucking ground. Oof.
And shit, Ferguson's the only protest we've had up to this point.
Oh boy. You know, we're still able to show depictions like this on TV. Enjoy it while you can, boys.
Yeah, oh boy. You know, all that was missing was the knee on the back of the neck. And we would have had
we had nightstick on the back of the neck. Close.
They were going hard on them nightsticks.
They really were. Goddamn.
So Triple H gets back in the ring and he's telling the cops to back off. He's like, "This is not what I want. Back off." He's like, "After all, you're not even real cops. Get out of here."
Oh my God, he called out the indie guy thing.
So the cops skedaddle. Daniel Bryan is handcuffed though. And then Triple H goes, "And besides, I'm really looking forward to doing this myself." And Triple H starts whooping the absolute dog shit out of Daniel Bryan for the next 7 minutes.
Okay, so was this this did make me question, was this all a fucking ruse, or is Trips just that much of a fucking simp that Stephanie's like, "No snoo if you go through with this," and he's like, "Well, goddamn, I do love some snoo."
The commentary team treats it as if this was all that all that respectable was just bullshit to build this moment to kind of trick Daniel into a false sense of security. So I'm going to assume that's how we're supposed to read on it. And like I said, that's what makes me sad, is because him, it undermines what I thought was a really interesting way to play Triple H in this storyline.
Yes. Okay. So it was a ruse. I'm 100% in agreement with you there. As usual, we are one. Okay. So, you know, I'm so glad that we can now add torture porn to the genres of visual erotica that Austin has made me watch for this goddamn podcast. Alternatively, ma'am, This production of Jesus Christ Superstar has a really interesting concept to it. I've never seen the 39 lashes depicted this way before.
I also thought of Passion of the Christ watching this beatdown. I
Well,
thought how
because
to
this
make a joke.
motherfucker's getting his shirt, like, ripped. He literally does look like a fucking Jesus figure going through this, as Triple H just spent, literally, it's just the next 7 minutes is Triple H gratuitously beating up on Daniel Bryan with virtually no reprieve from Daniel Bryan. We're just watching him get murdered for
I
7 whole
I don't know
minutes.
I don't know why I did like beat by beat notes on this, because I did. Because it's all kind of the same thing, isn't it?
Why? Austin, this episode was 3 hours long.
He beats him pillar to post all around the ring.
Oh my god.
Some notes I will
Stephanie,
bring up is Michael Cole goes, "What happened to the man who would take a man straight on?" To which I said, "When the fuck was that, Cole?"
What? Yeah, Trips has always been a bastard.
Career, at what point in Triple H's career was he a straightforward sportsman type?
Well, the one match with Taker at Mania, and that's it.
So Stephanie is just there to yell and mock Daniel Bryan.
She does. Once Daniel Bryan's shirt has been significantly like rended,
Daniel's shirt gets ripped apart. Triple H's shirt's coming open at the front.
Stephanie does come up and hit some chops on Daniel.
Yeah,
and Daniel,
Hunter like grabs Daniel and holds him up for Stephanie to slap.
And Daniel, in what was almost certainly a Vince mandated line, screams at her, "You hit like a girl."
Yeah, so Triple H continues to beat Daniel Bryan's ass. He hits him. Basically, the final bit is he leans up Daniel in the ring, up against the ring post. He takes a chair, hits Daniel Bryan square in the face with a chair, knocks him unconscious. And then Triple H drags Bryan to the center of the ring.
It did dawn on me toward the end of this sequence that, getting a handcuff like that puts you in a perfectly pedigreeable pose. And sure enough,
when I first saw this, like, how's he going to hit the pedigree with the? Because I didn't think his arms were in there. I didn't think his hands were in the right spot to get to.
100%.
Then when he got him in the center, he's like, "Oh, okay, so his hands can be in the right spot." I thought the handcuffs would keep him too tight to be able to hook the arms right, but okay, guess not.
Yeah, no. Stephanie auditions for the Mortal Kombat announcer by screaming, "Finish him!
Finish him!" Triple H hit Bryan with a pedigree.
Well, Triple H takes a quick minute to have an orgasm. Because
he was waiting. He was like, "We're production. We're early. Give me a cue."
he stands there and he takes in the moment. He looks very aroused. And then so he hits the pedigree on Daniel. Stephanie enters the ring. They start aggressively making out.
Over Bryan's corpse.
Over Bryan's corpse. Sam. Man, what the fuck? And then that's just the end of it. Then that's just it. What the fuck did they send the crowd home on?
Triple H grabs the mic and he grabs my ring, our house, our show. This belongs to us. There is no yes movement. And yeah, this is what ends the fucking show.
They must have done like a dark match to send the audience home because what a fucking downer.
They probably did a match with Cena or some shit. In a dark
Oh
match.
my god. That was so fucked up, dude.
Yeah, so
it's just 7 minutes. Daniel Bryan getting murdered by oh my god.
The crowd kind of just deflated the whole they weren't like cheering for Daniel or anything like you'd probably hope.
Harrowing stuff and like effective in some ways, but also like this did not need to be 7 minutes long.
No, they were filling for time, and even then managed to end early because Triple H was waiting for that cue to do the pedigree.
Christ all fucking mighty. Oh my god. Oh, that was a slog.
It was. I liked the plot beats for stuff that I cared about. I liked a lot.
Yeah, but it was all done within the first part.
Yeah, the first hour was the best part of Raw, and then it kept going.
Fucking question, and it just kept going. Kill me.
So this is our last stop on the road to WrestleMania, even though somehow there are 2 more weeks after this. I don't know how.
Keep spinning those wheels. Keep spinning those fucking wheels.
But yeah, everything is in place now. Daniel Bryan versus Triple H, and now either winner will go on to a triple threat at the main event of WrestleMania 30.
Oh, baby. That's wild.
And soon we'll be back with a cut down, the abridged version of WrestleMania 30.
Beautiful. I am legitimately quite excited for WrestleMania 30. It's just also
It's
fuck,
a
dude.
fantastic show for sure. I'm very
I
excited.
have no doubt.
Excited on it again. But that for next time, though, we return to 1990, where the Ultimate Challenge has been laid out.
It's been issued.
But I think it's time to make it official and also to be clear of all the stakes here. Because it's not going to be just as simple as yet another title match in Hulk Hogan's long resume. No. It's going to be a little bit bigger than that.
Oh?
You'll see.
Oh boy. All right. I'm excited. This will be good.
That's for next time. Until then, David, hit the plugs.
Yes, sir. Dear friends, thank you all for joining us on yet another episode of the Noobs and Knockouts Podcast. We are so delighted to have you here. Returning listeners, viewers, what have you. You know the drill. Thank you all so much for once again welcoming us back into your eardrums, your eyeballs, whatever the hell it is you use to consume our content. And we're just so happy to have you here, and we hope you guys continue to have a great time with us. New people, hey, hi, how's it going? Welcome to the show. We here at the Noobs and Knockouts Podcast like to think we are friendly to both noobs and knockouts alike. So whether you're brand new to the wild, wacky world of wrestling, or you're a veteran of all the weird bullshit, either way, we hope you've had a great time here. We hope you feel welcome here. We hope things feel accessible to you. We hope you want to keep coming back to have a great time with us week after week after week, and I'm going to tell you exactly how the hell you can do so. First of all, of course, you can find us on YouTube. We are the Noobs and Knockouts Podcast on YouTube. Hit subscribe, ring that bell, make sure it turns a nice little solid color so you get notifications every single time we drop a brand new episode. Check out all of our playlists, because Austin has been kind enough to organize all of the storylines that we follow into their own separate playlists so that you can follow things all the way down without having to skip around a whole lot. It's great. Give us that sweet engagement if you're so inclined. Check out our beautiful faces, because the video version, we got our beautiful faces, the sheer pain of us slogging through this one for all you sadists out there.
It's a little rough.
And a little bit rough, but we do it for you guys. Be grateful. But yeah, all that good stuff over on the YouTube. Of course, if you're a fan of the audio only experience, we have you covered there as well. You can find the Noobs and Knockouts Podcast on 3 of the best places to find your podcast, which of course are Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Apple Podcasts. Come check us out there. Like or I don't know, you can't like our show on there. Listen to our show is what I meant. Download our show so you can listen to it offline. If you're so inclined, if you're enjoying what you listen to, give us maybe a nice little 5-star rating and a review that says, hey, these guys are pretty cool. I don't know, I'm just saying. Stuff like that helps out the show tremendously, boosts our metrics, makes us feel just nice and fuzzy about ourselves. Greatly appreciated from our wonderful audience. So be sure to check all of that out. Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. Of course, we exist past this void that we find ourselves in week after week. We do have lives, shockingly. So you can find us on other places on the internet, too. Of course, the main place is on social media, on Twitter, at Noobs and Knox Pod on Twitter. Come check us out there. We do all the normal Twitter stuff. Memes, discourse, whatever the fuck. We post every single time we drop a brand new episode, so you guys always know what the hell's going on. The highlight of our Twitter is weekly wrestling, live tweeting every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern on TBS. We are watching, of course, AEW Dynamite and tweeting all about that shit. It's great. On top of that, I'm a giant AEW mark, so when I have the opportunity to, I'll tweet about their other shows, 10 p.m. Eastern on TNT, AEW Rampage. It is the show that y'all been waiting on. It's the show that I'm always waiting on to tweet about. And sometimes even on Saturday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern on TNT, AEW Collision. So come watch that show with me. I love to tweet all about AEW and all my feelings about what's going on at the time. On top of all that, Austin the Knockout is an absolute king. He's a diligent boy. He follows all the major Western wrestling promotions. Love to tell you guys all about them. Even tweets about them sometimes, especially when they got pay-per-views going on. So we just like to get you guys caught up on what's going on in the world of wrestling currently. So my friend, what is on the docket coming up?
Sure. So in WWE, start with them because next Saturday is SummerSlam. Whoop, whoop. In Detroit, Michigan at Ford Field. And the first SummerSlam to be held in Michigan since 1993. That's the one where Lex.
Literally 30 years.
That's the one where Lex Luger didn't win the WWE title, but celebrated like he did anyway.
Oh, well, that's less based.
Very funny.
But he didn't win. Based.
He beat Yokozuna by countout, and that is why he got a big celebration, of course.
Oh, beautiful.
Dumbass. Anyway, for WWE, Raw is at 8 p.m. Eastern on Monday nights on the USA Network. SmackDown is 8 p.m. Eastern on Fridays on Fox. So what are the matches on this show? I wish I was as diligent keeping up with all this stuff as I normally
I know one.
I should have done more research on some of these backgrounds here. But we got Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar. Please be the last one of these. It's 1v1. It's 1-1. Will Cody Rhodes be conquered, or will Brock feel adrenaline in his soul?
Something, Cody Rhodes.
Yes. Okay, and then for the World Heavyweight Championship, it will be Seth Rollins. Whoa.
Freaking.
Fuck you. I'm not calling him that. It's either Seth Rollins or it's Seth fucking Rollins. I'm not calling him freaking. And then versus Finn Balor, the Judgment Day are riding high right now. Rhea Ripley is the WWE.
Oh shit!
Rhea Ripley's the women's champion. Dom is the NXT North American championship. The NXT North American champion. Damian Priest is Mr. Money in the Bank. Oh noes. There's a little tension because what's he gonna do with that briefcase if Finn Balor wins?
Oh my.
Then in a triple threat for the WWE Women's Championship, it is Asuka defending against Charlotte Flair and Bianca Belair. Charlotte Flair did as Charlotte Flair always does when she comes back from hiatus, immediately asks for a title match. This made Bianca Belair mad, and various shenanigans since, mostly involving also jobbing out Damage Control.
Great. I love when that happens.
Now we have a triple threat for the WWE Women's Championship.
Possibly let Damage Control actually contend for the championship. Oh no, fuck you.
Io Sky had one title match and it was really good, and she also lost, and that's as good as that's going to get. So,
oh my god,
never ask for anything ever again. I gotta wait? She win Money in the Bank? Did I forget that wrong?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was her.
Oh, yes, she already cashed in and failed.
Wow. What?
My bad.
I mean, I figured she would, but fuck off.
Oh no!
I hate everything.
I will double check. I could be no. Oh no! No, she hasn't cashed in yet. She just failed to attempt to cash in. She's still got the briefcase. We're still good.
We're still good for now.
Anyway, so Asuka versus Charlotte versus Bianca. There we go. Then we're going to get Ricochet versus Logan Paul. 1v1, bro. They're having a who can flip the hardest feud.
Beautiful.
For the Intercontinental Championship, it is Gunther versus Drew McIntyre.
Yes.
That'll be a hard-hitting, big son bitch match. It's going to be great. Ronda Rousey versus Shayna Baszler.
Shayna
Baszler is they were bros, part of the four horsewomen of MMA, along with Jessamine Duke and Marina Shafir. Not because they were all collectively like big deals. It was most Rousey, but because they were all friends and Rousey likes wrestling. So they're like, we're going to be the four horsewomen.
I see. Even though Marina Shafir does not work for WWE.
Well, she did at the time.
Oh, I did not know that. That's
her and Jessamine Duke used to be in NXT, but they sucked. And so they never left NXT.
It's unfortunate.
Anyway,
Rousey apparently on her way the fuck out of the company, and her actual apparent dream match was against Shayna. So here we are.
That checks out to me. Shayna's doing the feud of like, I brought you into WWE and I had to work my way up through the system, but you just skipped the line. And
Shayna is the de facto face of this. Absolutely.
You're damn right she is.
Face as fuck.
Now, we also have a SummerSlam Battle Royal. What is it for? Who's in it? Don't know. Besides L.A. Knight. Yeah. And
Sheamus.
We do know that.
And Sheamus. Hey, Sheamus loves us the Battle Royales.
I think L.A. Knight should win the match. Yeah.
L.A. Knight should win a lot of things, but, we can't always get what we want.
Then in our main event.
Oh, shit.
In Tribal Combat, which is just a no rules match. Anything goes for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. The Uwu title is on the line, and recognition of being the tribal chief of the Anoa'i family.
Fucking please.
It's Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso.
Please. I know it's not going to happen, but please.
Jey and Jimmy have defected. They had their match at Money in the Bank where Jey actually pinned Roman in a tag match.
Yeah, which probably spells doom for this match, but whatever.
I don't know if it was either at the Saudi Arabia show or at Money in the Bank. I don't remember which now, actually.
Either fucking way.
One of them. One of the recent pay-per-views. And honestly, I would totally buy, as I said to David, or off mic earlier, like before, I would actually if it had just been for the Uwu title, I could have totally bought Jey Wint taking this one. There is a nice full circleness to that, even if I don't know if I fully buy Jey Uso as a world champion, top guy outside of the Bloodline feud. But Roman and Jey, that was his first feud as the tribal chief. Him being the one to beat him for the belt would be nice. It's a nice full. It's like poetry. It rhymes.
Sorry, finish your thought because I have something to correct there.
The fact that it's also for who is the tribal chief makes me think it's Roman's going to win this one.
Yeah. See, the funniest part is if it were only for who's going to be the tribal chief, I would put a lot of money on Jey to win. Honestly, what kills it for me is it also being for the title, because no fucking way they're taking the title away from Roman and also taking away him being the tribal chief. If it were just the tribal chief, I could honestly see Jey winning and starting Roman's downfall there.
So we both agree that both was excessive.
Yes.
One or the other we might have bought that Jay's going to.
I think it would be more interesting if Jey said, "Fuck that! I'm not interested in that belt. I just want to get recognized.
I'm gonna be head of the table. Fuck you."
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
But such as it is, so that's SummerSlam. You can watch it on Peacock, NBC. Peacock is where WWE all the pay-per-views are. Saturday, August.
Fair plays.
Now for Impact Wrestling upcoming on pay-per-view, coming out at the 2300 Arena, the former home of ECW, is Multiverse United 2, For Whom the Bell Tolls. It's a crossover show with New Japan Pro Wrestling. AEW has Forbidden Door. Impact has Multiverse United.
Which has the better name? Who's to say? They're both kind of sick.
That's on you. But yeah, August 20th on pay-per-view. And if you want to watch Impact every single week, you can do so on Access TV at 8 p.m. Eastern on Thursdays if you get that channel, or for a YouTube subscription only, but a mere $1 a month. You can watch Impact live on YouTube every week starting at 8:30 on Thursdays, commercial free.
Mm-hmm.
Now for AEW, they got a thing going on August 27th. All In at Wembley Stadium. How do we watch? Don't know.
Boy, bruv, governor.
How do we watch? Don't know. What matches are on it? Don't know.
No idea.
But we're at Wembley Stadium.
Well, supposedly Will Ospreay versus Chris Jericho. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people bitching about that one.
I have. I don't really care, but sure.
We have a higher opinion of Chris Jericho than most.
Yeah, that's true.
And then the next week on pay-per-view, it is September 3rd on Labor Day weekend. It's All Out.
Oh shit! All In, and then we go all out. It's like ocean. It rhymes.
You bring it all in, then you bring it all out. You do the hokey pokey, and that's what it's all about. The AEW hokey pokey. The AEW hokey pokey.
Absolutely.
Okie dokie. That's what's upcoming.
True. No, many people are saying this. Many such cases.
Yeah. All right, continue with the plugs and all that.
Yes, all right, delightful. So be sure to check all that out. We love to tell you guys all about all that stuff. It gives us a chance to talk a little bit about like what's currently going on in wrestling at the end of the show after doing retrospective shit, but also like, especially for the noobs in the audience, if you guys are looking to get on board with wrestling, we love to tell you guys about everything that's out there. Pay-per-views are a great way to hop on, especially, you're guaranteed to get some pretty fucking good matches on there. And, storylines are ending, new storylines are beginning. It's generally a really interesting and cool jumping on point. So we just love to keep you guys posted about all that. And you can find, again, all of it, us talking about all of that shit over on the Twitter at Noobs and Knox Pod. If you want to get in more long-form direct contact with us, though, you have that option as well because we have an email address. You can email us at noobsandknockoutspod@gmail.com. That's noobs, the word, and knockoutspod@gmail.com. Come say hi to us there. Tell us what you think about the show. Request things you want to see us cover on the show. Yell at us for having, bad takes or say that our hot takes are based in red pill or fucking whatever. Either way, start discourse with us. Just say hi. We love people saying hi. We would love to say hi back. noobsandknockoutspod@gmail.com. And of course, finally, we are also on Patreon. We are the Noobs and Knockouts Podcast on Patreon for $1 a month, just a single little bone. You can get early access to episodes and a shout out at the end of each episode. Shout out, as always, to friend of the show, the Sugar Daddy, Kyle Smith, for supporting us and loving us and all that good stuff. Enjoy your perks, buddy. If you want to enjoy your perks along with our boy Kyle, you can sign up at Noobs and Knockouts Podcast on Patreon. The link for that is in our Twitter.
See y'all next time.
Hasta luego.